The one thing that I find exciting about relationships is that you never fully know someone. And people take that from a scary point of view of you're never going to know someone. How about we say, how do we build this relationship from a place of intention? Imagine if we were to all ask each other questions. And that way as well, we're able to sift out red flags. I call them amber flags. You know, when you stop at the robot and it's not necessarily red, it's the orange one before it goes red. Yes. You know, there's certain amber flags where it can potentially be a red, but you can work on it. You can sit and work on it together. And I feel like in dating, the first dates, we never really get to the nitty gritty. Do you know what I mean? I feel like we don't really get to the right questions. We don't really get to ask the right things to know whether someone is a red flag for you or a green flag for you. And sometimes you only find out maybe 6 months, 7 months down the line that, you are dating the devil themselves. Because we didn't ask the right questions. So that's going to be our very first hour. And I want to ask you today, what is your one red flag where you're like, absolutely not. I cannot be with someone like this. I cannot. Right? And I want to back up that question with your current partner right now. What is the one question you want to ask them to get to know them better? Right? For me, I like asking childhood-based questions because most of us don't even realize that, yes, I'm dating you who is 36 right now, but I'm also dating the child in you. So there's parts of you that get triggered and your inner child is constantly triggered with me because that's what relationships do. So I'm going to ask you to send me a WhatsApp +2783 288 or on social media at Channel Africa 1. What is the one question you would like to ask your partner today to get to know them a little better? Maybe it's, how much money do you have in the bank account? Or what is that dream that you wanted to do as a child but never got to fulfill? And watch their eyes light up. It is a 6:11 Central African time right here on The Oasis. We are having a good time as usual. Let me know what song you want to listen to. I'm one of those people. There's a particular, I wake up with a particular song that I want to listen to in the morning. So let me know. +27832 288 My name is Ntsako Mhlanga. This is The Oasis. Welcome to the show.
The Oasis with Ntsako Mhlanga. Tune in and turn up the volume. This is Channel Africa. into your weekend morning. It's The Oasis with Ntsako Mhlanga. Only on Channel Africa.
Fire mata, I be akka go. Fire mata, I go carry go. Fire mata, I go scatter city, scatter town. Oh, Eva, oh, Eva. If I ever be your man, I go choose you before everybody. Oh, Eva, oh, Eva. If I ever be your man, I go choose you before everybody. Oh, 2, 3, 4. Call my number +234. What the hell are you waiting for? Fry my brain with your cooking pot, baby, no way to. Full import, sexy girl in a blue pin Porsche. Smash up girl, we don't need my phones. Oh my lord, oh. Oh Eva, oh Eva. If I ever be your man, I go choose you before everybody. Oh Eva, oh Eva. Fire mata, I be akka go. Fire mata, I go carry go. Fire mata, I go scatter city, scatter town. Akka. Fire mata, I be akka go. Fire mata, I go carry go. Fire mata, I go scatter city, scatter town.
Dans mon trône, il me manque une vraie queen. Une vraie. Maintenant que t'es là. Je suis tout à toi, t'inquiète pas, je suis sous emprise. Nana Kobalo, Nana Lela, Nana Yo. T'es ma meilleure carte d'Afrique.
Oh Eva, oh Eva. If I ever be your man, I go choose you before everybody. Oh Eva, oh Eva. Fire mata, I be akka go. Fire mata, I go carry go. Fire mata, I go scatter city, scatter town. Akka. Fire mata, I be akka go. Fire mata, I go carry go. Fire mata, I go scatter city, scatter town. Taxi lady from Africa. Oh, yo, original.
Oxlade with Fali Pupa with Ifa coming through there. The beauty about our Africanness is that we unite through music. Love, love, love Afrobeats. Before that was Justin Vibes, Diamonds of Guicho and Azul Serene with Uzosola, which is a Zulu word saying you're going to regret it. And the one thing you also don't want to regret is how you approached a relationship. I've been in situations where I'm like, hey, I should have picked up that red flag. I should have picked up that thing because we didn't ask intentional questions. That's what we're going to be speaking about with our guest feature for today. We are talking about how much we like our men like we like our wine, child. It is 6:20 Central African time right here in the Oasis.
Darubini ya Afrika na I am Henry Shakif.
Kiongozi wa chama kikuu cha upinzani nchini Tanzania Tundu Lissu anayekabiliwa na kesi ya uhaini anasema hajala chakula licha ya kesi inayomkabili awali kuahirishwa. Pengine haya malalamiko yana mashiko ya namna yoyote?
Kama yana mashiko ama hayana ni jambo tofauti, kwa sababu yeye muda uliotolewa mchana ni kwa ajili ya kwenda kula. Nakumbuka kwamba Lissu ni mahabusu, sio mfungwa. Japokuwa sijajua taratibu za magereza zinakuwa inakuwaje wanapokuwa na wafungwa na mahabusu, lakini mahabusu wanapelekwaga chakula na ndugu zao kutoka nje.
Na kama tunavyofahamu, kesi hii ikiwa inaendelea, imeelezwa kwamba itakuwa inaendelea kusikilizwa mfululizo ili kuweza kuendelea na kuweza kuimaliza kwa haraka. Yeye mwenyewe ndio ambaye anajitetea, Tundu Lissu. Pengine wana namna ya wao kutaka kuleta hukumu ya haraka, au haya ni maelezo ya awali?
Hapana, ni kesi inaendelea na wanashikiliwa mashahidi. Kwa hiyo lazima itapelekwa haraka, kwa sababu pia limekuwa ni ombi la mshtakiwa mwenyewe anayejitetea, Tundu Lissu.
Darubini ya Afrika kila Jumatatu hadi Ijumaa kuanzia saa 11 kamili hadi saa 12 kamili jioni majira ya Afrika ya Kati.
Wake up with the Oasis.
Ang popa mutimo, ang pawahay moya, oh halalela. Ang tumalifatsing lena, kamorero lesipio Kamo, ang pamatwadi, balerato, kimutotro kabona, pamponsatsila, pantataisa, pangsupisa, monetiling, parehona, otlafisha, moyang ding, parna, lina, otlafisha, moyang ding, lina, otlafisha, moyang ding, lina. Hormona che le fatsing, ma si sapelo, asciasela, usale bella, che ne che sazibi. Hormona che le baleng landua, le sholong fela, che le ruma la moya, ufumana poloso, che una tela la hailenswe, Pillow, before Colonia ga umpamatla, Mohawa wang tatela, lififinke na kanya, ere, lina, kitafisha, magianteng, lina.
Channel Africa and you have got something in common. The thirst for knowledge.
Original girl, you want a replica? No. Smoothie, no regular. No. Pretty for real, I'm pretty pa my cellular. No. You know say you hot. No.
They never had a pretty girl from Joburg to me now, and that's what they prefer. I don't touch no wheel, cause I got a chauffeur. First class, how I get around the world. Just miss me with the drama, unless you come in with the commas. Oh, DJ, turn the sound up, cause we about to pour the rounds up. From Jersey to Ibiza, they say it doesn't get sweeter. Feel my body banging like speaker. Ooh, sweating on my concealer. Skin tight, no millimeter. And my face can't make him feel weaker. But you know that my body is a healer. Ooh, I love to make it jump, 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 jump. Oh, you know I love to make it jump, jump, jump. Dum, 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 back it up, top. You know I love to make it jump, 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 jump. Oh, you know I love to make it jump, jump, jump. Dum, 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 back it up, top. You know I love to make it.
Only gotta make a call and I'm here. Gonna wanna know your vibe, oh yeah. Listen to me, I put some carrots in your ear. Make this stitch up, I wanna put it in the ring. Wanna give D, I serve it like a dealer. Gripping out though, while I'm thinking in the middle. I'm back in Joe Bird, it couldn't feel no willow. Her perfect picture, her Polaroid. She a trophy, you know what? Baby sweet, feeling like a sirloin. Told the chauffeur, take your shit, Chanel store. Have a play with you, be a war.
From Jersey to Ibiza, they say it doesn't get sweeter. Feel my body banging like speaker. Ooh, sweating on my concealer. Skin tight, no millimeter. And my face can't make him feel weaker. But you know that my body is a healer. Ooh, I love to make it jump, 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 jump. Oh, you know I love to make it jump, jump, jump. Dum, 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 back it up, top. You know I love to make it jump, 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 jump. Oh, you know I love to make it jump, jump, jump. Dum, 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 back it up, top. You know I love to make it.
Original, girl, you want a replica? No. Smoothie, no regular. No. Pretty for real, I'm pretty pa my cellular. No. You know, say you hot. No.
Download the SABC app and take Channel Africa with you everywhere you go.
Tara exit, I'm in my two-piece Jewish. You win that cool, you wish. Busy no good, man bullies. I'm confused, not coolies. Hey, didn't I show you what cool is? Says it para beings and coolies. You don't want smoke, foolish. Flow says and I'm by storage. Yeah, got tap on my patula like I. Ezamza mafandala eziliphatha ngamalamsam sifakele indlela pesandla sisikamba set anyakuthanda angithanga ngithandaza banani ithanga ngithandaza dlala vilakazi uzoza bathi dlala vilakazi they say money talks okay mfuna ukuphatha shaya ingane kwana zolo lo bebe lacha bethi ngiyafanya manje dolo lo nembeza I'm on a hot man level. Every night I bash come girl. Twana lana ya set chanzo. 4 7 again. Dance like Kamumpel. Speech like Steve Compel. One piece like natural. Cheese, mozzarella. Dala Villagas. Zozo bati Dala Villagas. They say money talks okay. Fulu pata shine gane gone. Dala Villagas. Zozo bati Dala Villagas. They say money talks okay. Fulu pata shine gane gone. Nyaga nyaga. Sweet nom kata kata. Ay, bizo chagalas. Rico talagas. La, sizo takanize. Ay, simo calavante. Nina, nizos bandaganya. Ay, pigo nage papa. Ay, iti olam kwez. Umjabulo is all I chase. Injabulo is a put up gate. Ang names. Chip on my shoulders of Vuga pants. Forward there. In my state. Your hand says, oh that's great. Your hand says, Rotman level, elevation. I'm Tomang 20, last Kalagash. Umuna DC, no Tong Seligat. Sabi RTP, Matia Sagbaz, Baby Quarantine, Philippine Iscars, Jenga title deed. I'm on a Rotman level, every night I bash come girl. Twana lana ya set chanzo. 4 7 again. Dance like Kamumpel. Speech like Steve Compel. One piece like natural. Cheese, mozzarella. Dala Villagas. Zozo bati jala vilagas. They say money talks, okay. Mfulu pata shine gane gwan. Jala vilagas. Zozo bati jala vilagas. They say money talks, okay.
Questa with Dlala Vilagazi, one of my favorite people in the entertainment industry, because he told himself that, listen, I'm just an artist. I'm not going to let anything ruin my wonderful relationship of over 15 years. Him and his beautiful wife, beautiful children, doing amazing work, man. Before that was our Diamond Tyler with a Jump featuring Ghana and Skilly Bang coming through there. And it is 6:31 Central African time right here on The Oasis. We're going to be talking about relationships. It's still the month of love, guys. So those who, in fact, you know who I actually really want to join this conversation? Well, one of the ones who said, every day is Valentine's Day. I need you to come and join us here in studio. Right now. Join us here in studio because you guys said that every day is Valentine's Day. So the fact that we're still celebrating Valentine's month and the month of love, I don't expect any ahs and ums about it, right? We're going to be talking about how to build intentional relationships. So I must say, before I met my current handsome partner, I struggled in dating. Struggled. I'm an outgoing person. Everyone in the office knows. Ntsako, you hear her before you see her. I'm outgoing. I'm outspoken. I'm very independent. I'm successful. Well, I'm never going to call myself unsuccessful, but I'm successful. I run a great business. I'm a great broadcaster. I'm an educated woman. I'm on my 3rd degree. Like, I'm really that girl, honey. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, I've been giving myself the life of my dreams. But you can imagine meeting men who are either leeches or people who are intimidated by that. And I remember going through a bit of a spell last year between May. In fact, no, it was April. Yeah, between April and September. I remember saying, you know what? Screw this dating thing. I'm just going to multi-date. I'm going to just have, you know, that person is going to take me out for dinners. That person is going to do that, you know, because for me, I was like, I can't keep doing this horse race. It got tiring every time you ask someone questions. And it was so funny that one of the people that I was dating, you know, that I actually saw a lot of potential in, who also happens to work at SABC, but it's fine. I saw a lot of potential in that person. And I only found out like maybe 4 or 5 months into it that he didn't want kids. He did not want kids. I can imagine now I'm sitting there, I'm like, listen, I want to have 3 children. Like, I want to have a beautiful family. I want to have a white picket fence and a long driveway and a house that literally screams wealth. I want to have an XM parked there with pink seats. I want to have a Porsche that I will drive my kids to school with on Friday so that they know that, oh, that child with the rich mom and dad. Like, I have a picture in my life. So I cannot imagine my life without children. Like, I genuinely can't. Even the business I run is children-based. I'm a woman who loves kids. So you can imagine you falling for this person and then boom, he doesn't want kids. Not only that, guys, he's not monogamous. Like, I think that was like one of the biggest, like, what the hells? Imagine you dating someone and they're not monogamous and they're saying they don't see themselves in a long-term monogamous relationship. So staying in a misaligned relationship or situationship or dating phase with someone is really taxing because you're investing a lot of time and energy into this person that is not aligned to the future that you want. So guess what you end up doing? Compromising. And it's the biggest problem ever. I struggled in dating. Oh my goodness, guys. If I were to tell you the exes that I have, wow. You would literally sit here and be like, Ntsako, what do you mean? Like, how did you date this person? Like, what did you even see in this person? But child, let me tell you, the man I have now, very different. Very different because of the questions you ask on the first date. It's so important that when you meet up for the first time, you're not asking about their favorite colors. We'll get to that. We'll get to favorite colors. What we need to start asking are, what does your future look like? What type of life do you want to live? What does your ideal lifestyle look like? I remember having a very short romance with someone. Very great guy. To this day, I still speak of his praises. But we had very misaligned lifestyles. I am a very extravagant woman. I love big everything. Big houses, big cars, big money. Listen, I am over the top. I love everything flashy, beautiful, just a big, beautiful, and abundant life. Honey, I'm not working this hard to drive a Mazda. I'm working this hard to drive the big B, and the B stands for Bentley, okay? So, and I had someone at the time that I really, really liked, but he just saw himself living on a farm somewhere and, you know, lived a simple life, didn't really want too much. And I was like, oh, baby, we're going to struggle. Oh, we're going to struggle, because if you're not trying to make money, then you're going to struggle with my schedule. You're not going to understand why I have to work as much. So it's really, we need to start asking the right questions. We need to start putting the right things out there. If you want a partner who's on the same level, guys, it's not about how much you like them. I think we can like all sorts of things. I like chocolate mousse, but if I eat it every day, it does become unhealthy, okay? It's about alignment. If you are on a diet right now, you're not ordering a pizza every day. You're eating fruits, vegetables, all of those things. So how are you aligning with the person you want to work with? Because also, the thing about building is that you are in constant alignment. It's not that you guys align once and you keep it moving. Things change. I don't groove as much by choice and by alignment. When you groove, a lot of things happen when you're outside. A lot of things go down. And I just prefer to be safe and more mindful, you know, to align to the life that I want. So it's really the relationships that we build can either set you up for the next 10 years or set you back for 20. And that's the worst part, is that the setback costs even more. You would rather get off the wrong train sooner than wait for the right station. It's going to be more expensive. Get off that train at the next stop. And I feel like that's the one thing we struggle with in our generation. We struggle a lot with aligning ourselves with our partners. So how are we going to do that? We're going to have someone amazing, and I can't wait for this girl chat. I wish there was actually wine, because, oh my gosh, a nice Sauvignon Blanc right now would be amazing. But hey, it's okay. We can't drink on the job. We'll drink after. It is 6:38 Central African time right here in the Oasis.
Stay tuned to Channel Africa. Stream us on our new and updated website, channelafrica.co.za.
6:41 Central African time, right here on the Oasis. Let's have some fun. We're not allowed to drink on the job, which I think is quite important. I don't think anyone would want a drunk presenter. But I like my wine like I like my man. Twani Price joins us in studio to give us the tea on her version of wine tasting. We are going to play a little game before the top of the hour to kind of see what it looks like in a practical sense, right? Because I feel like this is also something we can do amongst friends.
Oh, yes. Friends, girlfriends, couples parties, business networking events, all kind of things.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much for joining us right here on China Africa Go. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be here.
So next time we do this, we're going to make sure that it's outside, vineyard, a little glass here and there.
Oh my gosh, can we do it in Cape Town? Just come visit me in Cape Town. I'd love to show you the winelands from my perspective, you know?
Please. I would absolutely love that. You know, are you a red or a white girl?
You know what?
Or are you a rosé kind of girl?
I'm a rosé girl all day.
Ooh.
Rosé all day. I actually have my own rosé. We didn't talk about that before, but yes. So I have my own rosé. I'm all about rosé because I think it's so diverse, and people forget how diverse rosé is. They think of rosé and they only think sweet wine, but rosé, I love a good rosé, and it could go in between, you know.
I mean, to be honest, I think I like my wine like I like my men. You know.
Okay, well, how is that?
Dark, full-bodied.
I used to love red wine. I used to say I like my wine like I like my man, dark, rich, and strong.
Oh, girl!
But you know what? It's hard to find it's hard to find a rich one in Cape Town.
I think it depends where you're looking, girl. I'm not gonna lie to you. Cape Town is actually the hot spot.
Oh, girl, no, it's a desert. But we can get into that later. It's a desert, girl. We are so thirsty in Cape Town.
So I have this amazing book in my hands, and I cannot wait. I feel like you're already soft launching me into hosting like a couples party because I know so many couples. What is this all about? A no-nonsense guide to wine tasting.
Yeah, so I've been tasting wine. I've been drinking wine and doing wine tastings for a number of years. I originally started in Los Angeles, California. I live in Cape Town now.
Lovely.
And I find that people are very intimidated when they talk about wine. They don't want to ask the questions. It seems so complicated. And so I compiled this wine guide. It's the first of many to come based on conversations that I've had with people when they want to discover wine. So I have this knack of explaining wine tasting, like using a lot of dating analogies. Yes.
Let's talk about that. So I'm seeing timing is everything, the grape growing season. You speak about that. There's a wine 101, which I like. And it's the truth. I think most people, when they think about the wine, they just think this thing is bitter. It's all of these things. But they have no idea that it's so many flavors. You can find your wine, right?
There's a wine for everybody, just like there's a man for everybody, right? And so your type of man might not be my type of man. You know what I mean? Because I usually like men who are very intelligent, who are very alpha and strong, you know? And some people don't like that. Some women are very alpha themselves and they want a man who's a little bit more subdued, right? So when you think about wine, it's the same way. So like if you like your man very bold, very rich, very strong, you might love a good Syrah, right? Which is going to be spicy, bold flavors, you know? It's going to be a really, I would say a really strong wine, right? But then if you like Pinot Noir, which is going to be a little bit more sensitive, right? Lighter in color, less tannins, a little bit more approachable. But, you know, a little bit complicated too. You know, a lot of maintenance for Pinot Noir.
Of course.
So it just all depends. Wine is just like dating. And you got to take your time. You got to get to know the wine, get to know your dates, you know. Don't be so judgmental on the first one.
So, I mean, I'm holding business cards that have a lot of questions, right? Are these questions directed to relationships or the wine or both?
Kind of both, right? So I do a lot of like trade shows, a lot of networking events. And sometimes if I do a trade show, people might just walk right by my trade show because they feel intimidated. They're like, you know what? I don't know what question to ask about the wine, right? They don't want to sound unsophisticated or whatever it might be. So I put these questions on there, and usually I just have them at my booth and have a chalkboard that says, ask me anything about wine. Take a question, and it helps start the conversation about wine.
So do you have events coming up? Because honestly, this is exciting to me. Like, I would love to host a party like this. Like, I'm already thinking like, oh my word, let's round up all the couple friends and let's have a joel.
So the reason that I'm in Johannesburg is I feel like I'm in Cape Town, and Cape Town has a very big wine culture, right? Johannesburg doesn't have as much wine education in a really fun way. So I'm in Johannesburg just trying to build my network, build my community, because I actually teach private in-home wine tasting classes. I come to your house, I bring some wine, I bring some snacks, and I make this really fun wine class where you can do it with your friends or with couples, with your family, and you can learn about wine at your home. So it's not as intimidating as going out to like this public space where you might feel embarrassed. And at home, I'm like, just ask me anything. I don't care. If you say I only like sweet wine, Twani, tell me that. But then I also will introduce you to like other wines that are not sweet, but are fruit forward, and you might get to like learn about these wines and enjoy these wines.
So in this season of your life, it's February, Pisces season, you know, it's all about this whimsy, the sense of whimsy in the air. What is your wine of the season? What are you drinking more? Because I feel like also, I don't know, maybe I just connect to experiences a little bit more on a whimsical level, right? So every season just has its thing. You know, it has its theme. And for me right now, I'm in my rosé era.
No, I was about to say the same thing. Like summer season for me is the height of rosé, right? So I'm definitely, I'm probably always in my rosé area. Look at my nails, right? You guys can't see on the radio, but like the pink nails, rosé all day. But no, I think summer is like the perfect time to have rosé because you can move it from day to night, you know? So if you're by the pool or at the beach, if you're in Cape Town, you can drink rosé. It's nice and cool and refreshing. But then if you go to dinner and it's still pretty warm outside, so you don't want something as heavy as a red wine, you can still have like a nice rosé. So yeah, rosé season all day for summer. My white wine to go to is Chenin Blanc. Like I drink a lot of Chenin Blanc. And that started when I moved to South Africa. One
thing about us, girl, your liver, beetroot juice is going to be your friend. You got to cleanse that liver when you're here.
Wait a second. I will never, ever try to outdrink a South African.
No,
and I'm sorry, I don't mean offensive to South Africans, but when my South African friends come to my house, I hide my liquor. Like, they'll see a bottle and they think that you're supposed to just drink it till it's gone.
It makes sense, darling.
I'm like, you know, I'm collecting this cognac that I got from friends.
Listen, we don't even buy those. You know how when you open a bottle of wine and then you have those wine, we don't buy those because like, what do you mean you're not going to finish the bottle? What are you talking about?
They have come to my house and be like, what is this for? And I'm like, yes, that's true.
This is so fun. So I want us to take a short break. When we come back, let's play a little game.
Okay.
Let's see what it's like to be a part of your events, a part of your wine tasting. I don't know why, but I thought about my partner immediately.
I love it.
I was like, imagine him and I learning wine
together
as a date night, like ooh.
And then when you guys go to dinner, you guys can both be fancy. I love
and be
this.
like, are we doing this shit? No, but I want a more fruity. Oh, girl.
Next time I come to Johannesburg, I'm coming over. Get your friends together,
please. Or we can come to you. Might as well just take a trip to Cape Town. Right?
Hello, that would be the best.
It is 6:49 Central African time, right here in the Oasis.
Stella Longwe pamoja
Jedu abati ndikatswiri oimba wa dziko la Mozambique ameneyu amenali Rikabana ndatiuzeni kuti maimba ashamba shanji komanso dzina lenu koleka ngati dzina limeneli ndilijatu atapa stage dzina lanu kwenikweni ndi ndani komanso maimba ashamba shanji
ineyo dzina langa lenileni ndine Ricardo Musa Rabana chamba chimene ndimaimba ine ndi manganji ndimakonda kwambiri ma tradition zimenezo ndi nyimbo zathu chifukwa kwathu kunoko tili ndi madansi osiyanasiyana a chimizi ndi ineyo poti ndi mnyamata wa chimizi ndi ndimakondanso nyimbo za chimizi
ndinu a chimizi ndi makondanso nyimbo za chimizi mapangaso za chimizi zosangalatsa kuti mwanena poyera kuti ndinu a chimizi anthu amazibisa anthu amafuna kukhala ndithu achitauni koma chikhalidwe tu chilibe chitauni alisa ndi chikhalidwe chake alisa ndi zimene amakonda
malonje pa nthawi ya 6 koloko kufikira 7 koloko madzulo lowiruka ndi Stella Longwe. 60 years of Channel Africa, your trusted voice, your African perspective into the future. Start your weekend grounded and refreshed. Join Ntsako Mhlanga on the Oasis, Saturday from 6 till 9, only on Channel Africa, the African perspective.
6:50 Central African time, 10 minutes to go before we head to the top of the hour right here on the Oasis. So for those who drink, for those who don't drink, in our house we only have one non-drinker. My sister doesn't drink. But
Well, she could be the designated driver.
she is the designated
Yes.
driver. I mean, her driving is questionable, but she is designated.
But we
I
need
guess.
her. It's probably better than somebody who's drunk. So
Child,
yes.
let me walk. But I think for those even who don't drink wine, it's just a fun time, man. Let's all ask each other fun questions and get to know each other, get to know the wines, right?
I host wine tours in Cape Town, and there's people who come on my tours all the time who don't drink because they just like being a part of the culture.
Right? So, and also, guys, like, you can't beat them, join them. So, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions from your cards.
Okay.
To kind of give the listeners a feel of what the questions are like, how we get to know you, how we get to know the wines, and all that jazz. So, question number 1. Is a wine club a serious commitment or just a fun fling?
Oh, wow. And I think about how you date, right? And what season you're in when you're dating. I love wine clubs, and I think that if you're ready to like really commit to your wine journey, you should join a wine club. That way you can consistently get wines, you can taste wines and share them with your friends, right? But if you are like not really sure, maybe join a wine club just so you can get the perks and then cancel it. Yeah, but wine clubs are also great, especially if you start one even with your friends. That's a great commitment. So meet once a month, maybe invite me over.
And also, guys, it's 2026. We can't do fun flings anymore. Second question. Why is it important to support Black-owned brands?
Oh gosh, we have to recycle the wealth. It's time that we start sending our kids to college instead of sending everybody else's kids to college, right? So when you support Black-owned wine brands or Black-owned brands in general, you're helping boost our economy. I actually started an entire conference called a summit called Afro Wine Week. It's a lifestyle and a business summit where we explore Black-owned wine brands. Consumers get to taste these Black-owned wine brands. If you're a business person and you want to invest, you get to learn about these wine brands. We have 2 days of summit where we have think tanks, we have a hackathon, and you just learn about the wine industry and how you can insert yourself as a business person or how you can insert yourself as a consumer. And that's happening, shameless plug here, November 7th through November 13th. And I've been in Johannesburg now for 10 days, and I've been so inspired just by the community here. And I decided to move Afro Wine Week to Johannesburg
Yeah, I
this
was about
year.
to say.
It was in Cape Town last year, but like I really feel like the vibe and the culture deserves something like Afro Wine Week. So
Just a tip for the Joe Burgers. Make sure there's an after party.
Oh, you know what? The conference is the party, girl.
Okay,
like, listen,
good, because-
it's a lifestyle and a business. Like, that's the one thing about me is the reason that I fell in love with South Africa was the nightlife, was the party scene.
Yeah.
So, like, I really do mix business with pleasure.
I love that. Business is pleasure.
Yes, it should be.
So I remember starting wine when I was in varsity. And obviously in varsity, girl, you're getting those boxes. You buy
Oh,
that
yeah.
cheap box wine.
Or some four cousins.
Just to get by. Just to get through the day. That sweet red, a super sweet red, just so that when you go to groove, you're already nice. But is an affordable bottle a hidden gem or a mistake?
No, it's actually a hidden gem, right? So the misnomer is that you have to spend a lot of money to have a really quality wine. Now in South Africa, there's amazing producers, right? And their prices are not always matching the quality of the wine. So you have really great quality wines and the price is lower, right? Now, some wines, it is what it is. Like if it's Four Cousins, mass produced, it's going to be cheap and cheerful just to get you through your studies or to get you through whatever, right? Maybe you're at a campsite and that's all you have. However, really nice wines are quality and like they're about 100 Rand a bottle. You can find some really good gems. You don't have to spend like 300 Rand, 400 Rand a bottle on a really nice wine.
One of my favorites is the Cadets Canop Merlot.
Oh gosh, that's classic, right?
Yeah, that is one of my favorites. Like if I'm like, listen, I'm not in the mood for the 300-400 because I feel like those ones you sip quietly and then put it. Settles economy also. You sip once and then you put it away. That one for me is like my go-to Friday evening one.
I call Merlot the reliable best friend though.
Right.
Because, when you find a good quality Merlot that's inexpensive, but it's true to your taste buds and your heart. It's just reliable, you know, it's dependable and it's comforting, just like your best friend, right? And your best friend might not be super rich, but you know you can count on that girl in good times.
She's gonna get you to where you need to be. So it is Valaza, Valentine's month, and I know that I'm sure our romance and our relationships have, you know, been revived. The one thing we do love to do in SA is a lot of women love to show they love through cooking.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, that's me too. Hello.
Girl.
That's my love language.
And right? And my question now is, how do I find the wine that perfectly matches my favorite home-cooked meal?
Let your heart lead you, right? So I despise wine pairings. Like, I despise when somebody's like, I'm going to this wine pairing, not unless it's by a chef who really loves wine and really loves food, right? And then you have a sommelier and they collaborate, because then they come up with this really amazing journey. But when you're cooking at home, I always say, just let your heart guide you, right? So like if you're cooking for your man and you know his favorite dish is, I was going to say something South African, but I can't think of something South African right now. Let's just say lasagna, right?
Yeah.
It's lasagna. It's going to be red tomato, minced meat, right? What wine do you pair with that? You can do a red wine.
But you can also do a white, right?
That's what I was going to say. Most people would say, okay, we're going to do a red wine. That's what the textbook tells you. But you can also do a white. You can also do a nice, rich Chardonnay that can stand up to that, because maybe your man doesn't like red wine.
Or the cheese. It matches, it collaborates with the cheese.
Collaborates with the cheese. And also, some people get really tired after red wine. They get super relaxed and they want to sleep. So if you have a Chardonnay, you and your man can go all night.
That's kind of the plan.
No, that's what we're hoping for.
This is so exciting. I'm such a huge fan of, well, wine for me, I think it's just the culture of it. Like, I find cultural things so beautiful to experience. Where can we find you on social media? Where can we contact you? Because I feel like it's literally a little gold mine, Joburg. I know that you love Cape Town. I'm just biased. Joburg is such a hot spot. And you're coming at the right time, exactly a month before J. Cole. So we're going to be ready.
Oh, gosh. Wait, is J. Cole coming this month? I thought it was like in December.
No, he's coming in December. So I'm saying your Afro Wine Week.
Yes.
So it's a nice festive time.
Girl, you are thinking way in advance. I love this. Yes. I'm excited about J. Cole coming to from South Africa. And Johannesburg is an amazing city. Like, there's such a vibe and there's so much energy here. There's so many people who are ready to do business. And there's some amazing restaurants, and like I like to check out my favorite Black-owned restaurants when I'm here too. So yeah, Johannesburg is it.
I absolutely love it. Tani, thank you so much for joining us
welcome.
today. I don't want to hold you back.
Oh, but let me just tell you where you can find me, because that was the question.
Yes.
Okay, Zuri Wine Tasting on Instagram, or Twani Price. You can look up my name. That's TUANNI. Price, like the Price is Right. If you just Google me, I hate to be that person that says Google me, but Google me and you will find me all over the internet.
That is so exciting, Twani. Thank you so much for also contributing to the economy, honey, because it's so exciting. We love it when, you know, you're coming in with ideas and fresh ways of doing things. We invest in our entertainment. Like, I'm sure you've seen that. South Africans do not play. In fact, Africans, when it comes to a good time, we do not play any games.
They don't play. And I'm excited to invest in the community, and I'm excited to help build jobs here. So yeah, and excited to build wealth for us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you have a safe flight back. I hate that. I wish we could just grab something after the show, but it's fine. We've got an appointment as soon as I land in Cape Town.
Yeah, and next time I'll bring breakfast wine. I'll bring croissants and rosé.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely love. But make sure it's at like 8:30, so that we've got that 30-minute window before the show.
That would be an interesting show.
Right. It is 7 a.m. Central African time. It's time for news.
Your weekend escape starts with the Oasis with Ntsako Mhlanga. Music and fresh perspective. SABC News. The African perspective.
Thank you, Ntsako. Top stories this hour. Mozambique launches a digital transformation drive, and Trump unveils a new 10% global tariff plan. Good morning. Mozambique has initiated a comprehensive digital transformation agenda to integrate government systems, enhance public service delivery and boost economic competitiveness. The country's President Daniel Francisco Chapo characterized this initiative as a structural reform of the state rather than merely a technological upgrade.
Mozambique has always been ready, but what I want to say is that now Mozambique is even ready, because all the things that we want to do in digital transformation, they cannot be done by the state itself or by the public servant employees. It has to be delivered by the private sector. So we are actually calling on the companies that act on those areas to be aware of the opportunities in Mozambique.
The lawyer representing one of the suspects in the shooting incident at the home of a former Zimbabwean president, Robert Mugabe's son, in Hyde Park, Johannesburg in South Africa, says they are closely monitoring the police investigation. The lawyer was speaking to the media outside the property where police are continuing their search for the firearm used in the alleged shooting of a 23-year-old employee who is in critical condition in hospital. The suspects are expected to appear in the Alexandra Magistrate Court on Monday facing a charge of attempted murder. The lawyer Sinenhlanhla Mnguni says she cannot speak about the circumstances surrounding the matter due to its sensitivity.
Look, at this stage, I'm not at liberty to disclose anything. I think we just want the process to unfold. There's still a lot that needs to happen. We just want the police to conduct the investigation so that we can proceed with the matter and attending to whatever necessary steps to enforce the rights of our client. Again, you understand that the matter is quite a sensitive one in nature, so we can't really speak on the events surrounding or the circumstances surrounding what happened. So, yeah.
And suspended Deputy National Police Commissioner for Crime Detection Shadrack Sibiya in South Africa has been accused at the Mhlanga Commission in Pretoria of implementing his own plan regarding the political toss team dockets that were already on the court roll. An amendment plan on the 121 dockets stated that 114 that were already on the court roll should remain with the political toss team. The commission is probing allegations of criminality, corruption and political interference in the police and criminal justice system. Evidence leader Adila Hassim has put it to General Sibiya that his decision to refer the docket on the court roll to General Kosi Sintumule did not come from Police Minister Senzo Mchunu nor National Police Commissioner General Fani Masemola.
I think we can leave it there, because what that confirms then is that you were acting on your own not in accordance with instructions from either the minister or the National Commissioner.
I was not acting on my own, I was acting in terms of my mandate as the head of detectives.
And South Africa's acting police minister, Firoz Kachaila, says the murder rate decreased by 8.7% between October and December last year compared to the previous year. He was speaking during the release of the third quarter crime statistics in Pretoria. Kachaila says that despite this, crime levels in the country remain unexpectedly high.
While we have seen double-digit reductions in murder in 5 provinces, namely KwaZulu-Natal, Gauteng, Mpumalanga, the Free State and Northwest, much smaller decreases were recorded in the Western Cape and the Eastern Cape, with slight increases recorded in Limpopo and the Northern Cape.
And the U.S. President Donald Trump has outlined a new plan to retain some global tariffs after the Supreme Court struck down most of his existing levies as illegal. Trump bitterly criticized the court ruling and said he was enacting a new 10% global tariffs under a different legal agreement. Democrats welcomed the Supreme Court's intervention, with the minority leader urging Congress to intervene.
Congress has the ultimate authority to impose these tariffs. I am urging, for the sake of American families, pleading with my Republican colleagues to buck Donald Trump and not allow him to impose these tariffs on the American people. Congress has the power to do it, and Congress should.
A recap of the top story. Mozambique has initiated a comprehensive digital transformation agenda to integrate government systems, enhance public service delivery and boost economic competitiveness. President Daniel Francisco Chapo characterized this initiative as a structural reform of the state rather than merely a technological upgrade. For any news stories you'd like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +2711 714 4459. For Channel Africa News, I am Matapelo Mahape.
SABC News. The African Perspective. Your weekend escape starts with the Oasis with Ntsako Mhlanga. Music and fresh perspective.
Six minutes after 7 a.m. Central African time. Welcome to the second hour of the Oasis with me, Ntsako Mhlanga. Thank you for choosing the African way to wake up today. And super excited to wake you up on this wonderful morning. How was your Friday evening? Mine was filled with laughter, joy. I spent so much time with my family. I might actually just surprise them with a nice meal today. I'm just thinking, I haven't cooked in a while. I think also it's just been a very busy. I'm struggling to settle into this year. I must be very honest, and not that I'm not doing anything. I think I feel like it's 2025 part 2, but now I'm fine. You know, I feel like I'm only gonna settle properly after my birthday, and kind of get into the swing of things. You know, and I haven't cooked. I haven't cooked in a while. I haven't, really whooped up a meal. Okay, wait, I haven't cooked for them because at the other household where I receive love, I'm cooking all the time. But no, I'm just joking. I think it would be a nice day to whip up a nice, fabulous lunch for all of us to eat. We're all at home. We're very busy people. I think for me, I rarely speak about my family publicly because obviously everyone's an adult and some are more private than others. But, we're all really busy and we kind of growing into our busyness, I have my sister who's literally a finance guru. I mean, she's 25 taking over the finance industry. It's amazing with multiple qualifications. I don't know, it's called an RE5 or whatever. Yeah. And then my other sister is moving abroad. She's got her master's in public health. My brother is running his business successfully, almost finishing his degree. So man, we're busy. So when we're all together like this, I want to take advantage of the time. I want to bring us together with the lunch. No one is apart. No one's arguing or fighting or anything. But let's make it worth it. Let's make it worthwhile. So I'm also trying to figure out what am I going to do? What are the taste buds saying today? How are we going to have fun today as a family? It is 7:08 Central African time. In this hour, we're going to have a conversation about Meetings Africa. The one thing as a business person that I really enjoy is networking. I'm a natural networker. I do not have a drop of social anxiety. And I really like that because I'm able to get the things that I want. I get what I want, and I make it a point that I get what I want. And you can't be scared of meeting people. But what's nice about the companies and organizations like Meetings Africa, they serve as a powerful platform for partnerships, trade, and economic growth across the continent. And when I think about, and I'm going to touch on a bit of a sensitive topic, when I think about the likes of xenophobia, it brings me back to organizations like this, right? We've got two sides to it. There's one side where, of course, when you come to a country, make sure you have all the documents, make sure that you are here legally, make sure that you are here not committing crimes, right? But when we hop on social media, and we say things like they need to go back home. They need to, I don't know. I kind of feel, I get worried about our perspective on economic growth and trade because intra-Africa trade has become the pinnacle of our GDP as Africans. And I speak in terms of when you think about the weapon and weaponry and the metal industry in Nigeria, for example. They're currently supplying Russia and USSR with weapons. They're supplying with metal, like holistically. When I think about us shipping off milli-meal, hundreds of thousands of grams of milli-meal, globally. When I think about the art that we share, the music that we share, that within itself is an industry. So I think my call, plea, and urge is for us to just be mindful of what we share on social media, right? Because companies like Meetings Africa exist for 20 years because the art of collaboration amongst Africans exists. It exists. We can come together. We can unite. We can combine businesses. We can start businesses. with our fellow African brothers and sisters. So that's just my plea. I could be biased in this conversation, and rightfully so. I work at Channel Africa, for Pete's sake. I'm advocating for the unity of Africans from top to bottom. It is 7:10 Central African time right here in the Oasis.
Across Africa, communities rise with the promise of clean water and clean sanitation. The African Union's 2026 theme calls us to action.
It's about mobilizing real commitments, securing climate-resilient water and sanitation projects, and ensuring that water becomes a driver of sustainable development and prosperity across the continent.
A landmark moment, not only for Africa, but for the global movement for access to safe water for all.
Assuring sustainable water availability for every home, every village, every nation. This is the Africa we want.
Channel Africa, the African perspective.
From 6 till 9 a.m. Central African Time on Channel Africa, the African perspective.
It is 7:16 Central African time. Welcome back to it. Msaki featuring, Msana musician featuring Msaki with Ubumanga coming through there right here on the Oasis. And we are talking about Meetings Africa, which is celebrating 20 years of connecting Africa to the world. The event is going to be taking place this year. And it's important for us to kind of talk about this because it is a powerful platform for partnerships, trade and economic growth across the continent. We are making sure that we are building on the legacy, sharing strategic insights from South African tourism, and also making sure that the key partners, including Johannesburg Tourism Company and Sandton Convention Center, are part of these conversations. So the 2026 edition is going to be absolutely fantastic. Joining us is Uthandiwe Mathibela, who is the Acting Chief Marketing Officer of South African Tourism. Listen, there are certain people that I need to have on my WhatsApp. Thandiwe, I feel like you are one of them. Where are you taking us this year, my sister?
Good morning, my sister.
How are you, my sister? Traveling sister.
I'm good, thanks. How are you? And good morning to all the listeners.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And, 20 years, 20 years of talking and connecting trade, economic growth within Africa, talking about partnerships within Africa. I think that's quite a milestone. Not only does it display the need for it, but it also displays the kind of issues and social issues and how to address them. So talk to us. What does it mean for Meetings Africa to celebrate 20 years of existence in 2026?
It really is a pivotal milestone because I think it speaks to 2 decades of just driving Africa's visibility, which we know is hectically important. It speaks to 20 years of driving Africa's growth and doing it in partnership with other, exhibitors from the rest of the continent, which is also very important because, we have to drive and continue to showcase a united Africa. It's about the integration of the global MICE industry, which really speaks to meetings, incentives, and conferences and exhibitions. And most importantly, it's about us sharing, knowledge with each other because at Meetings Africa, we actually have a lot of dialogue and conversation and we speak to people from different parts of the world because what Meetings Africa is a lot of African exhibitors, connected under one roof at the Sandton Convention Center. And we are literally showcasing the business establishments as well as the capabilities that we've got to host major events, whether those are conferences or exhibitions. So 20 years of connecting Africa to the world is big, and we're really excited to be celebrating it.
I'm also looking forward to it. And I want us to expand on that in just a moment. We are going to take a quick break for now. When we come back, the conversation continues because the one thing that you did mention that I feel like we need to emphasize on is the connecting Africa to the world. But something needs to happen just before that. Us as Africans need to also connect and be on one page before we step out into the world. And we're going to find all of that out in just a moment. It is 7:20 Central African time right here on the Oasis.
The Morning Switch Weekend with the Shy Guy.
I Show Speed, often called Speed, who is a popular American YouTuber and live streamer known for his high-energy personality, loud reactions, and unpredictable humor. He visited Ethiopia, and he was shocked what he found out actually when he got to Ethiopia. He got to find out that, they don't use the Gregorian calendar. That is, we are in 2026 right now. And he got to find out they are in 2018.
2018? 2018.
Now you trolling me.
It's 2026. No. It ain't 2026. Wait, we in the past? Ronaldo is still in Real Madrid. Everything is in the past here.
Oh man, how shocked the Speed was. He went back in time.
Saturday and Sunday mornings belong to the Morning Switch. 3 to 6 a.m. Central African time. Let the weekend unfold with calm, clarity, and connection. On the Oasis with Ntsako Mhlanga, your peaceful companion. Only on Channel Africa.
Welcome back to it. The conversation continues with Thandiwe Matibele, who is the Acting Chief Marketing Officer of South African Tourism right here on the Oasis. So Thandiwe, please allow me to be slightly biased. I'm Pan-Africanist, so anything African-related really just speaks to my heart. And I guess when you see certain conversations on social media and, you know, people saying things like, you know, for example, when we have the world kind of visiting Africa, going to our African countries, we say things like, you need to go back home, there's no place for you here, and, you know, without discarding the actual social issues that are taking place. But what needs to happen before we connect Africa to the world?
The one thing that we've continued to do as the tourism sector is that we have always driven a proudly Pan-African conversation. We know that for all of Africa to win, we need each other. So from a tourism perspective, we've always driven a very united Africa conversation. But we also know that the issues that you're touching on are beyond just the tourism sector. Like you say, they touch on socio-economic as well as political issues. But from a South African perspective, especially the tourism sector, that is why we have two strategic two strategic events that we do as the African continent, and that's how we position them. We've got this one called Meetings Africa, which is around the business event sector, and then we've got another one called the Africa's Travel Endeavor, which then happens in Durban. But you will also see in our marketing campaigns that we also celebrate the things that we have in commonality, and we obviously, celebrate our differences as well. Because in order for us to be able to have the tourism exchange, we need to appreciate that which we've got in common, and we need to celebrate that which we've got in terms of differences. And that's just the work that we've done. And lastly, the work that we do as South African tourism specifically is really steeped in insights and research, so that we know how to communicate, with everybody, whether you're from the rest of the African continent or not, but specifically so that we ensure that everybody feels, catered for, feels attended to, and feels that they are addressed in a manner that they would like to be. Respect is a very big thing for us in the tourism sector, and we know that sometimes that perception of South Africa is quite eroded, so we continue to do work in ensuring that we improve that.
What are some of these success stories that have come from Meetings Africa? I'd like to think that you guys keep up with, the alumni, the people that have attended, to kind of say, hey, I met my business partner here and now we have a $1 billion business, or I'm now working with Elon Musk, or whatever the case is. Well, what are some of these success stories that you've heard coming from Meetings Africa?
So what we've done is that we've also reached out to the people that we started with when we started Meetings Africa 20 years, just to catch up with them. Some of them have been with Meetings Africa throughout the journey of the 20 years. But we have come across a lot of SMMEs that have grown to actually be fully fledged businesses, which is really a humbling story for the tourism sector. But we know that there are people who actually started behind the scenes at Meetings Africa that have obviously then gone on to also have their own trade shows, which in itself is quite an empowering thing. So there's been a lot of excitement and a lot of growth that came out of Meetings Africa. But also I think what is important is that through Meetings Africa, South Africa, the country itself, has been able to forge some really powerful global partnerships that have allowed us to also have a conversation on the global stage, which is important because, again, when we show up as South Africa and we talk about meetings, we usually talk about meetings in the context of growing the meetings that must happen on the African continent. Because, like I said, we know that for us to win, we need the entire continent to win.
But this is exciting, man. I mean, I think when you think about any business that's going to the likes of Meetings Africa, I think we always think of our businesses and our ventures from a very localized perspective. We think, okay, as long as I serve the Edenvale area, I'm fine. As long as I serve the Sunnyside area, I'm okay. But how do we also kind of gear ourselves in preps of getting to Meetings Africa and really utilizing the platform in its full capacity? How do I prep my mind to think about my business from an African / global perspective?
So, and thank you so much for that question. So what we do is when we do a call out for entry for businesses to participate in Meetings Africa, we're quite clear on who will be attending and also what the objective of the trade show is. But most importantly, when we do now have exhibitors that have signed on to participate at Meetings Africa, we do have a briefing so that we allow the exhibitors, to be able to ask the questions that they need in prep of the trade show. But over and above that, we also do train the SMEs that actually come through to Meetings Africa, because through the Department of Tourism, we also have smaller businesses that we just provide market access to, but then we train them so that they know how to show up, so that they know how to sell themselves and position themselves, within, the conversations that they have with global buyers. Because how Meetings Africa works actually is that we are then the African exhibitors, and we invite quality buyers. Those are the people that come from different parts of the world that actually come to see what we've got to offer as the African continent. And then they go back and package Africa, South Africa, Mozambique, whichever else it is, to say you can host your event here. And that is the transactional bit of Meetings Africa. And that's the core of the business. So we also create a lot of networking opportunities where we're just, sharing our quality wines and our quality food, where we just engage in a more informal setting, because we also do know that business can be brokered in an informal networking session.
I feel like it's actually more effective that way, hey? When someone's guard is down, they have their favorite whiskey in their hand,
right.
they unbutton their suit, blazers,
Exactly.
their hand is in the pocket. It's for me, I like settings like that where we can keep it formal, but we can also just keep it entertaining at the same time. And I think from a business person's perspective, I must say it's quite exciting, because if I were to think about maybe opening my business in Angola, I'm like, whoa, and we have like a 51-year-old relationship with Angola. It's kind of like, whoa, how do you view it from that perspective? So it's not just starting a business to serve the local community, but how do we serve the global community? So when can we expect the details of Meetings Africa? How does one, find themselves in rooms like that?
So Meetings Africa is taking place on the 23rd to the 25th of February. So literally on Monday, it's camera action. Let's go. If a person is interested in attending as a visitor, you can go to www.meetingsafrica.co.za. There is a criteria, because what we do is we want to make sure that the people that are at Meetings Africa are really the people that are focused on the business of tourism and business events. Because what you sometimes find is you find people who are just curious, that just want to walk in and not necessarily they're not necessarily in the tourism value chain. But because it is quite a contained environment, and it's one that's, we're very focused on ensuring that there's value for each and every delegate. If you're a media delegate, you're going to get to Meetings Africa and you find great African stories, that you can report on. If you are an exhibitor, we want to make sure that the people that you get to interact with are the people that are likely to actually bring you business. And of course, if you are a buyer, we want to make sure that you are able to interact with products that you can then go back and package so that you can come and host your events in South Africa. So that is what is happening at Meetings Africa. But the details of Meetings Africa are really exciting. We've got a signature, opening ceremony where our Minister of Tourism will actually give the keynote address. We also do have guests from far and wide, including some really high-level ambassadors and commissioners. So it is quite an important event for us. But we also have got, Sustainability Village, which is where we've got South African crafters who actually get to showcase their businesses that are steeped in crafts and arts and crafts. That is also important, because through that we showcase our culture, but we also enable, businesses to be able to transact. We have got a series of broadcasts that will be happening at Meetings Africa. So we are really ready, and we are very much about Africa first, and we are very much about driving that shared transformational impact. And you will see it even through on Monday is our Business Opportunity Networking Day, what we call Bond Day. And through there, we've got very structured, well thought through conversations that have got a solid aim to come up with results for the people that are in the room. And that's what Meetings Africa is really going to be this year. Of course, we will never pass on the opportunity to actually celebrate the 20 years
Of course. I was about to say, honey, I mean, we love to work hard and play hard too.
Indeed.
That is so exciting. And I look forward to hopefully seeing you there. And I do know that, you have to rush somewhere at this time. But thank you so much for giving us your time today. And it was absolutely fantastic. And it's definitely not the last time we're engaging. Hoping to see you next week. We'll obviously discuss the logistics of air.
I think we must transform the hope to we'll definitely see you.
I will definitely see you, Tanya. Thank you so much for your time today.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Fantastic. And
Bye.
that was Thandiwe Matsibele, who's the Acting Chief Marketing Officer of South African Tourism. 7:31 Central African Time, right here on the Oasis.
Start your day right with Channel Africa Breakfast.
That smells delicious.
Live, 5 days a week. The sound of Africa is evolving. Experience our new mobile app. Free to download, free to connect.
Shaking your back, they shaking your back. Of your leg, no got it, they lose got it legally. No, never know but you know, something so it be. I be. Better dance, better dance, better dance, better dance, better dance. Champs-Élysées, juste des Lamborghini. Ton côté body, la nefatiti. She very mighty with the bagassi. On a this baby, on a batisi. I should want to get me feel like me. Like where they dance, get a better dance. Better dance, get a better dance.
The person I become when the song plays is actually ungovernable. It is Rema with Kelebu coming through there. It is 7:34 Central African Time. Welcome back to the Oasis. Can I share a super unpopular opinion? You can agree, disagree. I'm just saying. I feel like families should not be providing catering at funerals. Hear me out. Guys, you just lost this person, right? And now you're having to provide catering, coffin, the whole few. Like, it's just too expensive, especially in this economy, right? But that's just my unpopular opinion. And what I like about opinions, the views expressed here are not that of Channel Africa, but that of my own. Okay? So that disclaimer is important. But let's hand over the conversation to those who know much better about this. In a world where young people manage almost every aspect of their lives online, from banking to booking travel, there's one area that has remained largely untouched by innovation, and that's funeral planning. For many African families, Death arrives as with emotional shock, financial pressure, and administrative confusion. For young people in particular, navigating funeral arrangements can be overwhelming, intimidating, and in some cases, exploitative. We all know that one uncle, that one aunt, that now all of a sudden says, no, let me keep the money. I carry my grandfather's child, what is good with finance. Oh, Babes Where Death Care is a modern tech-driven initiative founded by Uthabisile Sithaba. And the platform is reimagining funeral planning for South Africa's youth by making the process more accessible, transparent, and respectful. This is very interesting to me because I think to a degree, like, how has everything been online except for that? Uthabisile, thank you so much for speaking and joining us this morning. Babes Where Death Care. Quite the name.
Thank you for inviting me, Ntsako.
Quite the name. So listen, I don't know if you heard my unpopular opinion, but like, dude, think about it. Maybe it's someone who was the Beyonce of the family who passes away. So there's over 300 people at this funeral. Now you're thinking about having to cater for everyone. No ways, guys. No ways.
Let's get rid of the flowers and the candles. And to a greater degree, I still, a bit of a defense because flowers eventually die. So I'm not even sure if flowers are such a good gesture to have around funerals. So we can forget the candles and the flowers. We've already gotten us used to the chicken,
So many things, so many changes. I feel like our funerals guys are gonna be very cash. Probably gonna just choose the cremation route, man. But let's talk about this. I mean, what gap did you identify in the funeral industry that specifically affects young African people?
So, as you have mentioned, that one of the titles that I hold is being a co-founder and a CEO at Send Off Funeral App, which is basically an innovation that was started to help families take care of their logistical headache. And that was realized out of a very personal and painful story where I, lost my grandmother heavily pregnant, and me and my business partner at that time were discussing something else, and I said there has to be a better way of doing funerals. And like you're saying, we had to be stressing about catering on a Friday and going through the markets, and you're heavily pregnant because sometimes you want to just grab hold of the logistics because you feel like it's an honor, you want to contribute. But was it a right time for me to be doing that? Absolutely not. I was a hospital patient with a bag ready. So that's where it came from, that most, young South Africans are completely unprepared. And not because they don't care, but because no one has ever spoken to them about it in a language or tone that feels accessible. The funeral industry, as it stands largely, usually speaks to older generation and is driven by sales, as you mentioned earlier on, and is often, experienced at the worst possible moment in grief and in chaos and in financial vulnerability, because finances play such a huge role in funerals. I mean, without money, you can't not inter your loved one. And, we saw that space as where young people, particularly African, can be able to learn and not be left out of the planning conversation and time.
You know what's so sad about it is that if you were to ask at least 10 young people right now, what would happen if someone in your family passed away and you were the person in charge, we would not even know. Heck, where do you even find coffins, bro? Like a tombstone? Like, where are these things? I feel like a gap like that is so important to identify because the reality is that life is not confirmed. We think that we hope and pray that, our parents are going to live very, very long or our siblings are going to live very, very long. But life is life, and we never know these things. And, I feel like also, what are some of the vulnerabilities that now this platform protects young people from? Because I'm thinking about even the money policies, how do they manage that? How do you not, and there was one of the shows that played, the aunt was in charge of cashing in the policy and then she came to the funeral with an iPhone 16. And that's a reality, it's not even just the iPhone, but like if you think about it, young people are in charge of this thing of funeral planning, but then when it's time for the policies, people can make that mistake of saying, Mara, do we really need a coffin? We can just chuck the body in there, so what are some of the vulnerabilities that the platform protects us from?
I mean, the number one is, the lack of education, the lack of customer education, particularly from the financial, companies. Because as you would have seen that in the past few days, there's been a trending video, which is quite sad, which is strips people's dignity and families' dignity, where a claim was not paid out and there was a misunderstanding and the family decided to go and take their loved ones and resort to, leaving their loved ones at that particular institution, which is something that was not supposed to happen had proper explanation and education was done to the customer. So one of the things that we definitely identified is that, number one, South Africans don't recognize their funeral policy document as a contract. You would remember that before we migrated to funeral policies, we used to do our stokvel where we contribute 50 rand. Then that book is there, your name is there, as long as you're paying. But now the biggest difference with the financial space is that you would see that when they advertise whatever particular product, at the end it says underwritten by, meaning that it's a contract from the insurer, and that you have to adhere to as well. They're not saying you're just going to pay in whatever situation. There are terms and conditions that tells you you're going to pay this much if you keep your side of the deal, if you pay the premium, and if you adhere to the exclusions and make sure that you understand the terms. Critical example, some people do know, they didn't know that there's actually, a limit of a payout that can be claimed by a family. Most insurers would then say, for a parent, we are only willing to pay, and this is an example, maybe 100K or 50,000. Now, we are 4 siblings taking that cover. All of you are taking 50,000 rand cover. Definitely some of you are not going to be paid because there's a threshold. Number two, you did not read the exclusions, and I'll take it back to a scenario that we saw on the media a couple of months ago where, there was an uproar on X, where all the insurance in this company in South Africa, Ntsako, clearly states that if you are found to be doing criminal activities, they are not going to pay. Yeah. That is an exclusion. That is, one thing that the insurer states up front. They do state that you need to wait for a period of 6 months before we can pay. Now, what a lot of us do as young people, because we don't know this information, you see your mom getting really sick now, and you think that's the right time to take cover. And for some reason, I don't understand how this happened, but most people that decide to take cover when the state of their loved one is not doing so great, their loved ones don't reach 6 months. So you'll find that they probably, pass away within 3 months of that policy. Now there's a huge fight to pay, but I've paid the premium. But did you read the contract that says you have a waiting period of 6 months? And to the story that I spoke about earlier on, that person was probably thinking, I need to take a cover for my brother because he's into criminal activities, not looking at the contract that says we are not going to pay in the event that this person is, passes on due to those criminal activities. And there is nothing you're going to do from your end, because those are the terms that you should have read and understood on your part.
And I know us, love us Africans, Shem. We are so amazing, but when it comes to change and innovation and culture, you always have that uncle there, especially the Baba Mdala, the mama, or, Mam Kulu, who says, hey, why now are we doing things the young way? Mara, young people, you are lazy, you are what? I mean, I remember there was a time where people were bringing like cash machines, like a Yoko machine, to the Lobola negotiation. I said, that's real, guys, because first of all, the safety of withdrawing large amounts and then going to someone's house. I mean, come on, you're literally signing up to get robbed, right? So we're not the best with change. We're not the best with innovation, especially where culture is concerned. How are you navigating that? I mean, I think the conversation around it, or is it one of those things that, when the elder asks for a sweet message, a sweet birthday message, you just secretly chat GPT it and then send it to them, thinking that no, there's the message that comes from the heart. Meanwhile, the heart is chat GPT. Do we secretly use it? Or do we kind of have the conversation about how we can manage it, manage the finances? How do we navigate those sensitivities?
And I'm glad you mentioned this, and I hope a lot of young listeners and tech-driven people can hear me out on this part. In most cases, when you think of an idea and you want to develop something meaningful, particularly in this tech space of AI, don't think, I want to revolutionize, I want to change the script. No, you don't do that. You need to see what processes are in there and how to enhance it. I mean, innovation is really about finding something that you're really not happy with and finding a better way to do it. And you're doing it taking into consideration who you're doing it for. Now, as you have mentioned, that we need to understand the African market. We believe that simplification does not mean minimization. You know, African funerals are reaching meaningful and deeply tied to our identity, which is something that we honor deeply. So what we essentially do is that we simplify the process of accessing the right information, you know, because we are also in the business of serving underserved markets. You understand that, you know, people down in the outskirts of the country, down in villages who are connected to the network and are using social media are now finally able to find this information and be able to learn. And in terms of culture, what we've done is that we had to do a thorough research in understanding what are some of the meaningful rituals, you know, how do you not step on the toes? And what we do find is that the elders have finally decided to retire because they are really tired. You know, our aunts, I was telling, you know, my TikTok following a few years back that we are the adults now. If you think that when there's a funeral at your house, Ntsako, your mom is still the matriarch and she's still going to, you know, cook and not sleep. No, it's all on you. Now the elders come and say to you, Ntsako, how do we work? And by how do we work, they mean we are here to support you emotionally. Probably we will control you there, here and there, and add an extra features, you know, that's negated by tradition and custom. But don't expect that we might also help you financially.
But girl, I'm gonna ask that on the platform. Can you add at least a playlist for the songs? Yeah, wonder if someone were to ask me to start a song right now for a funeral, I don't know what I'm saying. It's either we are going home, even there, that's the last one. I don't know which song. So please, if you can add maybe a part where it says funeral playlist, because you know, young people, next thing I'm going to start singing Ulimeke, we're going home. So I'm asking.
That's not even the part I'm stressed about. The part I'm stressed about is when now you have to go, you know, during the weekend, say words of comfort. Where do you even start?
Like, and the thing is, for me, it's like, you're going to be nah, boy, it's chai anyway. Like, imagine telling that it's chai, boy, about someone who passed away. Listen, I feel like the platform, and this is where, you know, it brings me to my next question. I feel like it could do a lot. Like, it's already doing a lot. And I think it eases that stress of the fact that exists. Just add a playlist. I'm telling you now, we are cooked when it comes to the songs. No one knows. We're just going to play the Yanos and call it a day. What's the long-term vision for the platform? I'm so excited about it.
I mean, for the platform in itself, it's to continue to grow because we are, you know, we've got a national footprint, but we are also international, meaning that anyone from across the group funeral to arrange and plan in South Africa can simply go to the app and do that. But from a business perspective, we've always been very clear that we are not here to solve this. It's not something we can do. But what we can do is to solve death care. And that's where really the inspiration for Ubhekiswe Death Care started, to say there's a lot of conversations that should be had that are not taking place. Death should be destigmatized and should be part of the dinner table. And most importantly, young people should familiarize themselves. And it's not only about funerals, but you think around things such as estate planning. You think about things such as how people structure their marriages. How does that tie to, you know, their end of life planning? I mean, we are almost closing down the Valentine's month. And personally, and people think that, you know, and like you declared earlier on, these are not, you know, send-off views or your channel's views, but my views. I would really want people to think thorough and clearly and really evaluate and possibly speak to an attorney if they want to enter into customary marriage without a prenup. and if they want to enter into incommensurate of property, because that's where the danger is.
And as your legal advisor, I would say absolutely not. Me and my law degree are screaming at you saying no. This is so exciting, Tamsile. I think also just us joking and laughing about it adds to the destigmatization of death. Life is going to end, and that's it. That's why I'm trying to have a good time on this earth thing, because I know that at some point, we are going to check out. We're going to clock out of our shift, and it's important that we never look back and say, ish, I should have, I could have, I would have. And, my sister would always say, because she's a financial planner, so she would say, guys, you make sure that you prepare for death so you can enjoy your life. So this is so exciting. Where can we find the platform? Where can we use it? Is it Android specific, Apple specific? Give us the deets.
So you can find it on all app stores, across all app stores, or you can alternatively visit our website. And you can check out our social media at Send Off app.
Amazing stuff. I had a good time with you. Thank you so much for the laughs. I think we definitely needed to just joke about these things. It's painful already. It's already painful. So might as well just joke about it, laugh about it, but also create innovative solutions that are going to help us navigate it. So thank you so much for your work and your innovations. Absolutely genius.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Fantastic stuff. That was Tapsile Sitaba, who is Babes with Death Care founder, and which is an app that helps you plan funerals. Imagine telling my uncle, the one who lives in Durban, but he's a rigid and pedantic, meticulous to a degree, Tsonga man, that I'm using an app. I'm dead. I'm literally gonna be the next person joining. It's shy, guys. Young people, a secret between us. We know our parents, guys. We know our elders. It's okay if they don't know. It's okay. Let's just use it privately and make sure we sort it out in our little corners. My mom likes to call it a kitchen secret. 7:52 Central African time.
Are you fluent in French, Chinyanja, Portuguese, and Kiswahili? Are you passionate about radio? And are you looking to work in South Africa? Do you have papers that qualify you to work in South Africa? In that case, we might have an opportunity for you to work for Channel Africa. Send us your CV and demo at newsroom@channelafrica.co.za. Remember, if you don't hear from us within 14 days, it means you have not made it or you have not been selected. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Channel Africa 1060. 6 decades of stories, voices, and vision.
Because you know, say now you did for my conscience, not the reason why you did, gotta. And anytime when I say make you give me chop, you know even they try hard, jara. Oh my licha, waiting there for your list where I know fit to buy on my licha one. See oh my girl, I swear you they give me ginger, one. Girl, you they make me crazy, I swear you they scatter my internet. Oh baby, no go run away. Look in my eyes, you go feel my pain. Don't tell me, say me got on my wrist. Spin me around like a hurricane, no run away. Look in my eyes, you go feel my pain. Don't tell me, say me got on my wrist. Spin me around like a hurricane, no run away.
Baby, I miss you, baby. I know. But I'm out here thinking, if you really love me, choose between me and the shorties that you're hiding. You really think that I'm blind? I wanna they do me for one night. As you they see me, I'm fragile. If you did for me, give me your loving. For your sake, honey, I could disappear, honey.
All up in my face, she go keep passing. Come make a jam your machinery.
If you did for me, give me your loving. For your sake, honey, I could disappear, honey.
Come make a solve your mathematics. Make you come solve my jagbajanti.
Oh
my licha, waiting there for your list where I know fit
your mornings with inspirational stories.
So many plans, now I didn't get those, you don't understand. Every day I'm wishing for another chance, another moment praying that the time will pass. Please, never leave, treat me like you gold, baby, treasure me. You're the only person that I ever needed, yeah.
Hard to stay afloat, heart beating in the dark, I'm trying to hold on to my hope. Lying if I said I'm doing fine, it's hard to show. Planning on a day we never got, it really wasn't time to go. You're the only reason driving, making, fighting for this worth it. You're the only reason trying to make a difference gives a purpose. I'm still here at your service, I need you like it's urgent. I'll give all that I gotta have you back, and I ain't trying to pay for perfect. And I question your heaven, got your attending. And the day that I got that news, I wish you kept on this damn pendant. I'm too hurt to be pretending. Got a scar that's on my heart that can't be mended, and it hurt that I can't have you in the prison.
So many plans, now I didn't get those, you don't understand. Every day I'm wishing for another chance, another moment praying that the time will pass. Please, never leave, treat me like you go, baby, treasure me. You're the only person that I ever needed.
Losses, I took them all, nigga, damn, some hold on the crosses. I lost my friend, you're my best one. You had me smiling, giggling, you ain't know what tense was. No goodbye from you, could've never seen the outcome. Inside, that's where I kept it, had to suppress it. Been gone a while, time to time, I still hit your message. Hit your dial, voicemail, you guessed it, I'm desperate. This ain't how a fairy tale go, I'm in a tailspin. My heart's in the wrong place, my mind's in a blank space. My soul's out control, had to shed light on my dark days. Was lost at the start, I found my feet and I embraced it. But ever since you left, I'm spending Fridays getting wasted.
So many plans, now I didn't get those, you don't understand. Every day I'm wishing for another chance, another moment praying that the time will pass. Please, never leave, treat me like you go, baby, treasure me. You're the only person that I ever needed.
Your life, your rhythm, your Africa. Channel Africa. Find it for free on Google Play and the Apple App Store.
Mr. Money with the vibe right now. Ashake with Joha. It is at 8 a.m. Central African time. It's time for news.
SABC News. The African Perspective.
Thank you, Ntsako. Top stories this hour. Sudanese refugees return from Uganda and Iran to submit a nuclear plan to the U.S. Good morning. The first group of 150 Sudanese refugees who chose to return home have arrived in Port Sudan. They left Uganda, saying they could no longer wait out the war in exile. It marks the beginning of what organizers described as a voluntary return process. Member of the High Committee of Voluntary Return, Mohammed Hussein Adam, says the return is not for all refugees, but only for those who wish to return voluntarily due to their circumstances.
There are logical reasons related to the relative safety conditions in some areas of Sudan. They will fly to Port Sudan, then take buses to Khartoum and to states where security conditions have improved. The arrangements were made to ensure they reach their destinations safely.
And at least 50 people were killed in an attack by armed men on Tungano Dutse village in Zamfara State, Nigeria. The raid occurred from Thursday evening to early Friday, resulting in significant property damage and the abduction of women and children. Despite warnings about an armed group seen approaching on motor vehicles, security forces did not respond. Local residents report ongoing insecurity as attackers by bandits continue to threaten instability in northern Nigeria. And Mozambique has initiated a comprehensive digital transformation agenda to integrate government systems, enhance public service delivery and boost economic competitiveness. The country's president, Daniel Francisco Chapo, characterized this initiative as a structural reform of the state rather than merely a technological upgrade.
Mozambique has always been ready, but what I want to say is that now Mozambique is even ready, because all the things that we want to do in digital transformation, they cannot be done by the state itself or by the public servant employees. It has to be delivered by the private sector. So we are actually calling on the companies that act on those areas to be aware of the opportunities in Mozambique.
And a new study by the University of the Free State in South Africa has found that some sanitary pads and panty liners in South Africa contain hormone-disrupting chemicals, even those that are marketed as free from harmful chemicals. The study shows a widespread contamination across 16 brands of sanitary pads and 8 types of panty liners. It focused on 3 groups of endocrine-disrupting chemicals and found that every single pad and panty liner contained at least 2 of the targeted substances. Although the chemicals were detected in low concentrations, researchers warn that long-term exposure raises serious health concerns and warrants urgent attention. Head of the UFS Chemistry Department, John Fizzer.
The problem is many of them look similar to hormones. That means when they are getting inside your body, your body starts to get confused. It blocks the normal hormones, and it might lead to several different disorders, including things like infertility, endometriosis. That's what studies have found. Even cancer in some cases. So we looked for those chemicals across a range of disposable pads.
And the Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Akaji says Tehran will be ready to submit its plan for a possible nuclear agreement to the United States in the next 2 or 3 days. He told U.S. television that he will be proposing that a nuclear program, including enrichment, to continue with technical and political confidence-building measures to ensure it remains peaceful. Karsa Naji from BBC Persian explains why this latest development is significant.
We reached that good deal, and the United States withdrew from that good deal. So any mediation should be how they can come back to the negotiating table that they left. How can they come back to the commitments that they made? How can they come back to a Security Council resolution that they sponsored? Not just voted on, but sponsored.
A recap of your top story. The first group of 150 Sudanese refugees who chose to return home have arrived in Port Sudan. They left Uganda saying they could no longer wait out the war in exile. For any news stories you'd like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +2711 714 4459. For Channel Africa News, I am Matapela Mahape.
SABC News. The African Perspective. Your weekend escape starts with the Oasis with Ntsako Mhlanga. Music and fresh perspective.
It is the finale of the Oasis, the third and final hour of the show. Thanks, Matt Hapelo, for that update. Yo, guys, that was actually one of the most gut-wrenching feelings this week. And I'm glad I have girls in studio. When you saw that report of our feminine products, guys, containing hormone balance, I think I sat and I read, and it's, my heart, I don't even know where my heart went. Because they even mentioned the one disorder that I struggle with as well, endometriosis. So I'm sitting with myself and I'm like, I've been using these products since I was 12 years old. I'm 27 now. That the products we use every month can contribute to cervical cancer. What do you mean? Like, what are we talking about here? But also, shout out to our fellow colleague from our sister station, Miss LKG, who decided that she's going to come out with her brand. And she needs to understand, I'm going to support her 100%. If my money's going to go somewhere, let it go to a black woman. All right. It is 8:07 Central African time. We're going to get into our Artist of the Week. This one is a little interesting. I think Nombuso likes to throw me in the deep end sometimes. And this deep end in particular is going to be a good one. Our friends there, Ukozi, I hope you're going to be proud of the isiZulu we are going to speak. Of the artists we are going to have today. Let's have some Maskandi. I know that a lot of Zimbabweans, Namibians as well, and Congolese love Maskandi music because it is so similar to the music that they listen to. Like, I'm not even joking. They absolutely love it. And if you do, let me know on +278 3288 6684 or on social media at Channel Africa 1. Let's talk about it. We're going to have Ihashe Limhlophe, the white horse, in studio to speak to us about his music. I try to respect culture. You know, when you speak to cultural men, it's very important that you cover your shoulders, you know. Your knees do not show, your hair is respectable. African culture, you know, it just requires a little bit of modesty to make sure that we are respecting our elders. We are not showing too much skin, you know. Let's not do that. Let's respect our customs, guys. It is 8:08 Central African time. Welcome to the third and final hour of the show.
Rejuvenate your mind, rejuvenate your soul with Oasis.
baba, khipha imali baba. Le ndaba yakho ukuthi ubonga wami ayisebenzi baba, khipha imali manje baba. Sifuna ukuye Blanco baba, sifuna ukuye Novo baba. Khipha hayi wena manje ungitshela ngama zep wazotelela wena manje awungitshela ngama zep ngithi ungitshela ngama zep awufuna ukukhipha imali akuthi wena asabe wena manje ngithi ungitshela ngama zep ngithi ungitshela ngama zep ngithi ungitshela ngama zep ngithi ungitshela ngama zep
The rhythm of Africa, the pulse of the continent. This is Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Ngathi ngizokuthekela ibhanoyi sawanyathela amadimoni ebafethu ngithe yami ngelozi ngithi ungalibalwe dalo ngathi ngizokuthekela ibhanoyi sawanyathela amadimoni ebafethu ngithe yami ngelozi phela lona ngamthola ngamthatha ngamubeka enhlizweni yami ukonondaba banejelas phela lona ngamthola ngamthatha ngamubeka enhlizweni yami ukonondaba banejelas ekujuleni kothando kushaya oluncane uvalo ukhona ngqongqozayo ngabe nguwe sandwa ekujuleni kothando kushaya oluncane uvalo ukhona ngqongqozayo ngabe nguwe sandwa awulena imbi yothando awulena imbi emiswa awulena imbi yothando singaretire. Angiso singaretire. Mina kuwe ngizostaka. Osandele tule minyaka. Angiso singaretire. Angiso singaretire. Mina kuwe ngizostaka. Noma bezangu kustivida. Khululeka ngosukwara. Soqala phansi so rewinda. Imizwa yakho ngizoyimasaja. Noma bezangu kustivida. Khululeka ngosukwara. Soqala phansi so rewinda. Imizwa yakho ngizoyimasaja. Awulena imbi yothando. Awulena imbi yemizwa. Awulena imbi yothando. Awulena imbi yemizwa. Bengicela nje kini, ningayilamulile ndaba, ningayilamulile ndaba, eyabantu ababili. Bengicela nje kini, ningayilamulile ndaba, ningayilamulile ndaba, eyabantu ababili.
Already kickstarting the vibe. Black Diamond comes through there with Impi Yothando. Some good old music. For that, now we are zipping. Guys, I don't know how to zip. I'm a really good dancer. But this one is going to have to miss me, Shem. This one is going to have to send me out of the class. Uncool MC comes through with a zip. I literally have a video on my drafts that I will never show anyone of me attempting the zip. And I think I almost twisted my ankle trying to do that. So I've reached that age where I just enjoy other people watching the challenge or doing the challenges. It's not for me. On social media, we are at Channel Africa 1. We're going to have some legends in studio and legends of Maskandi. One of the, honestly, my favorite genres. I think it's just so brilliant. Also enjoyed by, people of the SADC region. I know that it is quite a popular genre, and we're going to speak to legend Ihashi Elimhlophe, the white horse. I know he's going to be joined by his amazing wife in studio. They're making their way here. But for now, let's take a quick break and enjoy some music while we usher them into our studio right here on The Oasis on Channel Africa.
Be inspired. Stay informed. Channel Africa, the beauty of life. Now available anytime, anywhere with our new app.
It's the kids, baby.
Jason Derulo. Basikhohlwe ngenkinga. Sekukubalisela. Basikhuphula imizwa. Sukumisa umzimba. Basikhohlwe ngenkinga. Sekukubalisela. Basikhuphula imizwa. Sukumisa umzimba. Koma sava, koma savana na. Aye sava, na.
Koma sava, koma sava, koma sava, koma sava. Aye sava, aye sava, aye sava, aye sava, aye sava, koma sava.
To love you, would you still leave here with me if I didn't have $1? You fucked up my brother, put lipstick on my color. Could be my dirty secret if we keep it undercover. Come on, Sava, it's nice to meet you. You couldn't wait, so you said smile and my diamond rolling. You ain't seen nobody else in the place till you heard me say, comment ça va? Comment ça va? Comment ça va? Comment ça va? Aya ça va, 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 aya ça va. Comment ça va?
So easy, you just be body. So easy, you just be body.
How are you? Unjan, como vai? Habari gani? Ni hao. Assalamu alaikum. Como estás, amigo? Namaste. Como ça va? Como ça va? Como ça va? Como ça va? Aya ça va, aya ça va, aya ça va, aya ça va, aya ça va. Como ça va?
So easy, you just be body. So easy.
Itiwe sanibonani amba namajita sekreteti yapila ntwana wena unjani ayiwena ngithi vele funani ayiwe zongi sanibonani amba namajita sekreteti yapila ntwana wena unjani ayiwena ngithi vele funani ayiwe zongi saba saba tata.
Comment ça va? Comment ça va? Comment ça va? Comment ça va? Aya ça va, aya ça va, aya ça va, aya ça va, aya ça va. Comment ça va? Comment ça va? Comment ça va? Comment ça va? Aya ça va, aya ça va, aya ça va, aya ça va, aya ça va.
So easy, you just be body. So easy, you just be body.
Zilipendwa na Abedi Jean de la Croix.
Historia ya msikilizaji ya Valentine Day au siku ya wapendanao ilianzia katika nyakati za kale za dola la Roma. Watafiti wengi wa historia wanaamini kuwa siku hii inahusishwa na sherehe za kipagani zilizokuwa zikifanyika kila mwaka katikati ya mwezi Februari. Msikilizaji, sherehe hizo zilijulikana kama Lupercalia na zilifanyika kuadhimisha uzazi, upendo na mwanzo wa majira ya kuchipua.
Zilipendwa kila Jumamosi kuanzia saa 12 kamili majira ya Afrika ya Kati hadi saa 1 kamili majira ya Afrika ya Kati.
I found the joy through all the pain, through all the pain. I found the sun through all the rain, through all the rain. I found the power, a brand new day, a brand new day. I found the power, a brand new day, a brand new day. And I'm awakened. Who I could be through the thick and thin. I'm singing my song and I'm finding my way again. Oh, down in the sea and waiting in. I count my blessings. I rise from the deep, let the joy within. I know it's been hard, but I found my way again. Oh, we'll never end where we begin. I found my hope when it was lost. When it was lost, I held my heart out of the dark. Out of the dark, I found the power, a brand new day, a brand new day. I found the power, a brand new day, a brand new day. There is a love I only know.
6 decades strong, Channel Africa continues to inspire Africa and the world, proudly sharing
the African perspective.
Mtano mtu misomsha walufa ulomsha yuvalowe kutimia sondele tuze wako mtano mtu misomsha walufa ulomsha yuvalowe aunisola yikwa baba dele yasola mina yikwa baba dele limete ndizi kwa baba gini wapelu wasaba mtano mtu lolutando sanilichikijela uwende nepola lomkocha ndiyathe mzolumanzi bam alusozela wela phansi salivelela ndizi kwa baba gini wapelu wasaba mtano mtu lolutando sanilichikijela uwende nepola lomkocha ndiyathe mzolumanzi sozela wela phansi akuyinto yobuhlalo thando eluthandwa yimi wena beliyathanda uthandwa yimi nje angisalale nasebusini beliyathanda mina ngicabanga wena kulama kolasha mtabalasha la nyumba kama mzungu ndikola nakuza la kona zisoka ngqongqo lelo sibula machana jana tondolo kodwa kwani kwesho sulu ukuthi umntla komhlaba hey sithathele ngana sabedlile kuyakha kweshela soyiba kandawazi bishomi bishomo kulala lokubona umlilo bomtshontsha abantu phapha metheko inedebe hey sangelela ndizi ngoba abakini kwaphela ukwesaba yoluthando sengilichikijela kuwende nebhola ngiyathemba uzolemana uzolibamba alusozela wela phansi selivelela ndizi kwababa kimi kwaphela ukwesaba loluthando sengilichikijela kuwende nebhola ngiyathemba uzolemana uzolibamba alusozela wela phansi sondele tuze kwakho mntana umuntu ngiswa mshawa lufa ulomshayo valowe thina sondele tuze kwakho mntana umuntu ngiswa mshawa lufa ulomshayo valowe ngoba ngiyamthanda lo muntu ngoba ngiyasifela ngawe ngoba ngiyamthanda lo muntu nje ngoba ngiyasifela ngawe selivelela ndizi kwababa kimi kophela wesaba mtana mtu loluthando selilijikijela kuwende nebhola lomkocha ngiyathemba uzolimana uzolibamba alusozela wela phansi beliyathanda eluthandwa yimi wena.
Oh, come on, man. It is such a fun time in studio. Please head over to our social media. We're going to share a very interesting video of Mr. Sfiso Hlope doing the vosho with legendary Ihashi elimhlophe. Hlope hlope kuyakhanya nje baka. Ihashi elimhlophe nohlope nje. Kumhlophe kuyakhanya nje kule studio. Morning, Maskandi music legend Ihashi elimhlophe, born Ubheki Ngcobo, and his wife Lina Ngcobo, both respected cultural figures whose lives and artistry have shaped South African traditional music for decades. I know where my mom is. Is losing her mind. She's like, "Hi boy, no, thank you so much for joining us in studio, Secha. It's such a beautiful aura.
Ngiyabonga.
Wagida nje. Bekumnandi nje.
Ngiyabonga.
Usazoyibonga.
Ngisazozibona.
Usazozibonga.
Yes, njengensizwe.
So
mangiqeda ndodana ukuzibonga kusayo.
Oh, bad. So, Baba, you've celebrated 46 years in the music industry. Ngicela ungichazele nje ukuthi bekuhamba kanjani uqale nini uze sifike lana bekunjani. Yes mama. Yes mama.
Umuntu wami.
Uzokunakekela nje.
Noma kanjani. Yeah, fike ngamuphi unyaka konje la ikhona.
it's 75.
Yeah. 75. Wow. Yeah, early. Yeah, ngifike la eGoli. Bengihamba nenye besiband nje siphelela. Bengidlala ibass kuleyo band. Sathathwa enye iband bisuka la eGoli. Besebenze KZN masho. And then saya ufuna umsebenzi kuba. Bahleka besibancane vele. Bahleka. Sathi ayicela ukuya la lokushini nje sinibambele. Saya ngempela sashaya iginqa hayi bahlanya. Bafonela iboss yabo la eGoli uthi hey kunabafana la washaya iginqa. Yehla ke yafika yasithatha. Ukuza kwethu la eGoli. Ngifike ngidlala ibass. From lapho ngenze album yamgcobanyawo. Ebengicula. Ngasebenza no Steve Kekana. Ngasebenza ne Special 5. Soul Brothers mayivula igroup yayo encane. Ebebeyibiza Mtshotshofu. Bekulida mina.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. Kusebenze nabantu abaningi ke ku industry. Sebenzile no Oskito. Senza umuntuza. Sebenzile ne Boomshaka. Senza ibambanani. Sebenzile no Zola. Ngoma yakhe Great Town.
Wow.
Yeah, uba nomunye ma.
Mode.
Yeah, ngisebenzile no Mode umshuku. Yes.
I think amanzi waphi?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Akusase ukuthi ukuthi hey lo muntu besebenza.
Akudlala.
Sebuza ukuthi nje
lamavosho lawo.
Zakhala. Enike akukho lula ukuba sendimeni yomculo. Ukuhlupheka sikwazi konke.
Eish.
Kulale igrabbing zeimoto siyakwazi.
Eish.
Ngathi mangise siyoperform eParabula. Angase ngihlangana noma idululo. Sasimile nje nomunye umfana ebesebenza naye mina enye intombazana ngimi lapha kude. Kwaqhamuka intombazana. Ngasondela kulabo ababili. Ngabuza lo mili ukuthi lo omino nosikhumbuzo the late. Yayazi le ntombazana ethi ngiyayazi naye iyacula. Ngacela intombazana ukuthi ngiculele wathi hayi ngisawupheka. Ngizobuya ngikuculela. But walenza iqiniso wabuya wacula. Hayi ngeze uthi hayi lo muntu uyacula. Yeah. Ngazama ukumrecruiter. Ngithi ajoin iband yethu ngoba kudlala umbhaqanga yena uzoshaya isilungu. Esikhulu esinabo because. And yeah, ngashela ngaqala ukweshela lokho ethi hayi umngani wami ngithi yamsumngani wakho.
Hey.
Kwenzeka wangibamba isudongo wathi uzobuya nathi wathi simele kuphi hayi sama bathethe ebhasini hey lo muntu wakho namanga. Hayi bahambe ngadini. Ngafika la eGoli ngakhuluma neowner yeband ngathi baba kunomuntu intombazane le Parabula hey iyacula baba. And thina shaya umbhaqanga yona icula le isilungu. Kusho ukuthi mas performa kuzoba ne variety. Wathi lo baba kimi uyaphila kahle mfana kakhanda. Ngathi hayi ngiyaphila wathi uyazi ukuthi kude kangaka neParabula usuka la eGoli.
Yeah.
Ngathi hayi ngiyazi. But ngokuziphatha kahle sometimes emsebenzini nokuthanda umsebenzi. Wagcina evumile wathi ngizovuma ngoba uwe.
Oh wow.
Ngempela saya ke. Ngenhlanhla lo baba bekumthembu. Thina ke emakhaya ngalesa sikhathi besibaleka vele ngoba kuthiwa uzoba utsotsi yabona nje. naye wayebalekile etsani. And then saba nenhlanhla sathola ukuthi sifike sizebuye nomama wakho khona. Naye uhambe emfuna besifunwa nje.
Besiba ama runaways. Besibaleke emakhaya.
Besifunwa nje ngaso sonke isikhathi.
Ngoba bebengafuni isicule. Yes.
Yes, hayi bafike bakhulumisana kuMthembu wafuna ukuthi sibuye naye. Ufika kanjalo eBhoni. Yeah, injalo nje indaba. Bathi bengeshela lokho umuntu engibalekela. Angaze ngamthola umuntu.
Hey. Hey,
Uzohlekisa namhlanje ngiyakubona nje wazokhazivula nje ebusweni. Siyakhanya.
Ichomi yami umngani wami. Yeah, he's my friend.
Hayi mawushela intombi ungasheshe uphosa ithawulo. Ngoba bazoyithatha ubusu ushiswa futhi akanti uwo wehlisa umoya hayi. Athi hayi wena umngani wami ngithi angisumngani wakho mina. Yeah, kunjalo nje.
So this journey, it's uthando, it's resilience, and I mean, if you think about in 1975, it was a very tough time in South Africa.
Kakhulu besabosha mntanami kufuneka ipasi nje mawula igoli behlala ngokubaleka nje.
So ngiyahlupheka ngizama uthando ngizama umshado ngizama ama career ngizama uculo but akuvumi, what kept you together, what kept you going, especially kule journey nje kunzima kunje. Ngisho namhlanje umuntu ofuna ukupursue music kunzima. So imagine back then where ama resources were not as attainable. Yabo.
I think what kept us going then, it was the passion of music. We didn't even know besingazi ukuthi there will be money. Indaba zemali was not even at the back of our minds. Hence nabazali bethu bebengafuni ukuthi sicule because bocabanga ukuthi uzoba isikhebereshe uzoba isigebengu into beyifika kuqala so bekufanele ube uthisha we lawyer odokotela futhi bebesaseyidlanzana mawungabe uzothatha leyo career kusho ukuthi hayibusa uphumelele kakhulu. So I think ukuthi what kept us then was the passion ulukuluku that was within us ngaphakathi lento le ukuthi ngiyayithanda. And I think it goes back to where it says it is God who has a plan for our lives. So it is hidden from our parents, it is hidden from everyone except you feeling it and walking the walk. And with the challenges and everything, but it will keep you going. So as time iskhathi sahamba, we realized then that no, this journey is not a journey without God. There is God who was knitting everything. And then with our marriage, with our love, it was now centered kuNkulunkulu. Because at first it was love. When you love each other, flower lezi zinto uzwa kubhakuza. You don't think about the challenges and all those things. You think that everything will be nizohamba ku red carpet. It will always be like that. Up until we had the challenges, and after the challenges that we had, we then realized that no, we must go to the drawing board. And who ordained marriages? It is God. So which simply means God had all the answers for our marriage. Hence, He has kept us going.
This is so beautiful. Let's take a short break. It is at 8:42 Central African time right here on The Oasis.
Ease into your weekend morning. It's The Oasis with Ntsako Mhlanga. Only on Channel Africa.
África. Conhece o Ntivani?
Claro que sou eu.
Ntivani é o amante da música de corpo e alma.
Eu amo música africana.
Ele aprecia todos os tipos de melodias e passa os seus dias a ouvir a Channel Africa. Adivinha só, a Channel Africa quer ajudar o Ntivani e os amantes da música em todo o lado a descobrir ainda mais música incrível. Por isso, a Channel Africa está a convocar artistas africanos a submeterem as suas músicas. músicos. Lembrem-se de nos dar todas as informações relevantes no music@channelafrica.co.za. As submissões são a vossa oportunidade de ser ouvidos, mas não garantem inclusão na lista. Todas as submissões serão cuidadosamente analisadas para verificar se cumprem os requisitos da nossa estação. Canal África, a perspectiva africana.
Tandiwa masuli, hey unkulunkulu yantanda, hey unkulunkulu yantanda, shuso mantu yantanda, aubege like ayasine politi, aubege like ayasine kaimani, aubege like ayasine oye, aubege like ayasine la, otanganani ma Afrika sakelelisi, le platinum snayo. Africa sakelelisi la wema Africa jamana sakelelisi sinashupera kanjani sinomtebo ngaka Africa jamana sakelelisi lethu sinashupera kanjani sinomtebo ngaka sakelelisi lethu kulama bona tabtimisa delela lo na usazi mtasabele ngikhuluma nazo ashaya mhlabane dlala enye ngaba masungulu lekona la kuza lapha zisoka ngawo ngale lasibala majela njengento kodwa wena kwesho sululu ukuthi abimlo komhlaba qinzi hlathelele dana thabesile kuyade kwayishela ngoswayiba donke abantu emhlathe bamhlanje kodwa ezine kakho mhlaka mbathatha sale kodwa ngokuthi kudumuza amabhezimali bathi mfuseni yabo dimbuze ekhaya komnyondo kusho mina ngisho kuwe ngimhlaba yaphuma kanjena nje sithelo shama hazard dambo. Phela nina usomantu yanthanda, phela nina nithandiwe emazulwini, phela nina usomantu yanthanda, hlanganani ma-Afrika esakhelelizwe lakithi.
You know, I'm so tempted to add a squeeze. If he wasn't working, I was going to say, hey, dude, come sit next to me. We're all having such a beautiful moment. And I think more than anything, when we look at our culture, when we look at our elders, this is what I'm talking about. I feel like a child in your presence. Like the fact that I'm interviewing you, it doesn't feel right. Like, your love story back then. And this song, Ma Africa, for me is one of the examples of what music does to tell our cultural stories. Because it's so, sometimes you feel would say, hey, lama laptop, lama device angaga. They remove the magic that was back then, you know, because you guys had each other. Manje umuntu kwateli blue tick. You know, how does the music, especially that you do, contribute to how we are preserving a culture yethu nesintu sethu?
Ngiyacabanga ukuthi ngumuntu osalelwe emakhaya impela. Izinto esikhule ngazo azange zaphuma enhlizweni yami. Ngoba sikhule singabantu abagida ingoma, sikhule singabantu abashaya induku, sikhule singabantu abadlala iginci. Yeah, and kwangena kwahlala and leso sikhathi, because into engibonayo esikhathini esiningi kubantu uthola ukuthi abantu bagijimisa imali kunomsebenzi awenzayo kanti imali izogijimisa wena uma wenza umsebenzi wakho ngendlela efanele. Yes. Kungakho abanye bayabasho ukuthi hey manje babungcobo return ngithi ngisebenza sengibuza ukuretire angisebenzi mina ngenza into engiyithande from ngimncane namanje ngiyayithanda noma ngabe ivoice ingasavumi hayi kodwa ngoba lokhu ngibiza zukulu zami we ma Africa we ngoba ngiyayithanda lethu noma ivoice ingasavumi ngothi khaqhazelo yakhona. Yes.
There's something so profound, Bab, in hearing you as a legend say to us in this day and age where imali is placed before God sometimes. Ukuthi you must chase what you love.
Yes.
There's something so profound in that. Ukuthi our elders are saying, guys, go back to the basics. So it's like complicated lento. We are complicating this thing called life.
Yes. I think you are chasing more the Western life. And you think it's life. But it cannot be life. Because we really need to go back to the basics and understand ukuthi umntwana ngumntwana uyohlala umntwana kumzali. Noma ungakhula, as long as your parent is still alive, you're still a child to your parent. Even when you are married, you are still a child to your parents. Ukuthi bayakwazi ukuthi kweluleka bakutshele ngoba indlela ibuzwa kwabaphambili. But now because of zonke lezi zinto, you take everything enizithola online and you think that's the real life, and that's not the real life. If you check the statistics of abantwana bazibulalayo zinkulu because of izinto eziso mayesethola ukuthi no, this is not reality. Reality is I go through challenges, and as I go through challenges, I you know that in the world it's not an easy place, and then you are fighting, but you are fighting and you're going to win if you don't give up. That's the main thing. We didn't give up. Ubaba ukhulumile ngokuthi silalile egrebhini. Ubaba ukhulumile ngalezo zinto besiqoshwa ebusuku eSoweto. Ungena ndawo yokulala sihambe singazi ukuthi soyakuphi naye, but isambe sicela. Angikhumbula efike ecela kubo kwamngani wakhe ukuthi ngimani ngalalisa yena ngoba siqoshiwe ngo12 midnight and hayi ukuthi besikolota, but abantu banjalo impilo injalo. And when I don't think that it's the end of mawuphelelwa umsebenzi, it's the end, you must know that God wants to open a bigger door for you. Never give up in life. So yizo lezo zinto ekufanele sizigweme ukuthi abantwana uyakwazi ukubuyela kumzali uthi hey mama nginama challenges. We used to mina naye sinabantwana si right siyaphila izinto zethu azihambi kahle. Depend on umamami will send money asize ukuthi sikwazi ukubhadala ama rent sipatanise, but ngapha sibhizi siyasebenza izinto azihlangana. So those are the things that you must know, that when izinto ezingahlangani, speak out. Tell you know, you go to the person that you trust, and your parent have your best interest at heart. Singashare nawe imali yethu yomdende ukuthi mntanami ukuze izinto zakho zize zihlangane. So in life, never ever give up. And in life, I just want to say gim okuncane nganikeza zona ukuthi bathini social media is not the real life. Because sometimes you dress up for the social media, but you know that going back home is not exactly what you are dressing up for. So be you and understand you and love yourself. You spoke about love, and then you said, you know, God is love, and if you can understand love, you love yourself, and you'll be ngatin the time la ukhona, you'll enjoy the moment. You enjoy the moment, every step that God gives you. There was a time when we're coming this side, we're busy sharing no baba. I said there was a time when we're so poor and we had challenges, and I wanted to sell amathumbe nkuku because amathumbe nkuku was the only nyama besikwazi kuyi afford. I would go from eMidlands ngiye eDube ngiyothenga amathumbe, and bengizothola kune queue, and that brought to me ukuthi hey mhlambe masingazama amathumbe enkukhu sithengise sipatanise kuzoba right. That's life. Ungamthatheli phansi umama umthola ehlele khoneni athengisa amatamatisi because that mama une vision, unombono. From that mama kuyophuma i-lawyer, from that mama kuyophuma udokotela, from that mama kuyophuma bathina ama president. From that mama ungamthatheli phansi lo baba othengisa ama-sweet. We know we love these people. Mawufika emarobotini uthola umuntu aphethe ama-sweet athengisa. Sometimes if uNkulunkulu asiblessile sina something, even if it's not something that I want to buy, I will just give that person to encourage him that you are doing the right thing. Keep going. Never stop. Don't give up.
And that's the Africanness.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, nizoze ngicabanga ukuthi benihleli nephone call ngiyashela emhlophe. Awuthi ke ngizisho nizothi ukuthi ngizisho kanjani. Njengensizwe yakwaZulu ngizisho kanje. Khuluma nazo phela tempting siyadelela lo mlungu na ukusikaza umuntu e7 khuluma nazo washela emhlophe lehlala enyuka into abamazungudla igwele lapho uza lapha laziso kanqonqonqo haleluya sibala amatshela njengentondolo phondla kwenye la kwami qinsi hlehlele dana sebedile kuyadla kuyishela masayiba donke amadonke ngithe bangikhathi impondo ezinto engangezomleka mbathatha sale mfolozo kwasuka idumo zamafezi manzi bathi mfuseni hamba odla imbuze ekhaya konyo isho mina ngisho kuya phuma kanjani nto ashaya amazi athi asithela dongo
yabonga mina
ngiyabonga mina
what more can we say? Thank you so much, Mama Nobaba.
Yes, Mtana.
You are such a blessing to us.
Siyabonga.
You are a guiding light for us and reminding us ukuthi love is at the center of it all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We wish you more 46 more years. Ngeke sizwe ngomhlaba. 46 more years.
And you can get that love because God is the only master who mastered uthando. And if you go back to God, and that's where uzothola uthando understand umuntu ukuthi mawungonile ngiyakwazi ukuxolela nawe ungixolele olukaNkulunkulu luvuleke kanjalo lubanzi but olomhlaba ngikuthanda only mawungenzela okuhle. The day ungona, you are no longer that person that I love. And so we need to learn to love the way God wants us to love.
Mase nishada nje batabami nazi ukuthi ushadile akuna divorce. Indaba divorce because ukuthi nikwazi ukubambana ukuthi isikhathi esiningi nibe nonke. Mayingabe ningabi nonke la nihlangana khona ngabantu abangasani. Anginayo mina umngani wami odlula lo. Umngani wami 24/7 sihamba sonke la siyakhona. Mayingabe kuhlukene kuyafonwa right. Yonke into yakhiwe. Once kungaqina bathini foundation vele indlu ngeke uyiwise. Ngoba ifoundation iqinile. Kusuke kubhethe nje lapho ukuthi kusuke yona ifoundation ngokwayo ingaqinanga emshadweni wethu.
Nibonda kakhulu nama friends more than bonding with your spouse.
Yes.
You spend more time with your friends more than spending more time with your spouse. And then you will then bond with the one that you spend most of the time with.
Shimkhonyana nje nayi ngisakubona umngani wami hayi asambe sonke phela masiyobona umuntu.
Hey, I feel like that's a conversation for another day. Mele sihlangane futhi sixazulule nje le ndaba yomshado futhi namhlanje. Ngiyabonga Mama Nobaba ngiyabonga kakhulu ukuthi nifike namhlanje. It was a beautiful conversation and I'm looking forward to just you. Like we need more of this pure rich love. Siyabonga kakhulu. It is 8:57 Central African time. 2 minutes to go before we head to the top of the hour. Let's find out what's happening from the Out and About show right here on the Oasis.
Where my Africa? 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 Where?
Beleng?
Good morning.
I hope you're not confused, honey. It's not because it's just me.
It's not.
It's not a cozy, it's just me, girl.
Oh, no, definitely not. Since I've got 2 minutes, we're going to start with Jonito Sushi, Mobile Sushi Bar. They're going to come to studio. They're based in Meadowlands. So they're going to bring sushi this morning on Taste the Culture. Then we've got DIY. We're looking at clay work. If you're that person that likes to be busy with your hands in that way, you can explore pottery. And later on our health and wellness, we're looking at the risks that are attached to over supplementing. When you take in supplements every day and relying so much on them that your body and your immune system, they become dormant in that way. Then we've got Vibe Check, and Sanka Experiment is coming through in the last hour of the show as our artist of the week.
Fantastic stuff. Thank you so much. Looking forward to it. It's my time to give you the crown and to say goodbye. Thank you so much for choosing the African and clearly the lovely way to wake up this morning. From me, Ntsako Mhlanga, it's been absolutely fantastic. Have a beautiful and blessed day ahead. Matapela is on standby, and I'm hoping you guys catered for everyone with that sushi bar, because Chuchu gave me a look. And I'm glad I'm not going to be the one accountable for whatever happens at 9 is not me, sis. Minangu 6 to 9. I'm 6 to 9. It is 9 a.m. Central African time. Have a beautiful and blessed Saturday. Goodbye.
SABC News. The African Perspective.
Thank you, Ntsako. Top stories this hour. Sudanese refugees return from Uganda, and Trump unveils a new 10% global tariff plan. Good morning. The first group of 150 Sudanese refugees who chose to return home have arrived in Port Sudan. They left Uganda saying they could no longer wait out the war in exile. It marks the beginning of what organizers described as a voluntary return process. Member of the High Court, or the High Committee rather, of Voluntary Return, Mohammed Hussein Adam, says that the return is not for all refugees, but only for those who wish to return voluntarily due to their circumstances.
There are logical reasons related to the relative safety conditions in some areas of Sudan. They will fly to Port Sudan, then take buses to Khartoum and to states where security conditions have improved. The arrangements were made to ensure they reach their destinations safely.
And at least 50 people were killed in an attack by armed men on Tugana Dutse village in Zamfara state, Nigeria. The raid occurred from Thursday evening to early Friday, resulting in significant property damage and the abduction of women and children. Despite warnings about an armed group seen approaching on motor vehicles, the security forces did not respond. Local residents report ongoing insecurity as attacks by bandits continue to threaten stability in northern Nigeria. And a new study by the University of the Free State has found that some sanitary pads and panty liners sold in South Africa contain hormone disrupting chemicals, even those that are marketed as free from harmful chemicals. The study shows a widespread contamination across 16 brands of sanitary pads and 8 types of panty liners. It focuses on 3 groups of endocrine disrupting chemicals and found that every single pad and panty liner contained at least 2 of the targeted substances. Although the chemicals were detected in low concentrations, researchers warn that long-term exposure raised serious health concerns and warrants urgent attention. Head of the UFS Chemistry Department, Professor Dion Pfizer.
The problem is many of them look similar to hormones. That means when they are getting inside your body, your body starts to get confused. It blocks the normal hormones, and it might lead to several different disorders, including things like infertility, endometriosis. That's what studies have found, even cancer in some cases. So we looked for those chemicals across a range of disposable pads.
Meanwhile, the researchers say alternatives are needed to give a woman more options for sanitary products, adding that reusable sanitary towels are a better option at this stage.
Because you're not just talking sanitary pads, you're talking baby nappies as well. That's even more, because a baby uses a nappy every day. For at least how long? 2 years? If I go with what international studies have shown, I haven't got good news. International studies show that some of them even contain heavy metals on top of everything else. Now that's not, again, I don't want to make people run away. And I don't want to start another thing here, but we will test them.
And US President Donald Trump has outlined a new plan to retain some global tariffs after the Supreme Court struck down some or most of his existing levies as illegal. He bitterly criticized the ruling and pledged to enact a new 10% global tariff under a different legal agreement. In light of the ruling, the governor of Illinois has sent Trump an invoice demanding nearly $9 billion in tariff refunds for families in his state impacted by higher prices. The minority leader in the U.S. Senate is Chuck Schumer.
Trump's tariff tax was illegal, and the courts agreed. And let's call these tariffs for what they are, a tax on the American people. The tariffs that Trump imposed a year ago that the courts knocked out, and the tariffs he's imposing now are all taxes on the American people, raising their costs.
A recap of your top story. The first group of 150 Sudanese refugees arrived in Port Sudan, marking the start of a voluntary return process from Uganda, where they had been waiting out the war in exile. For any news stories you'd like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +271 714 44